Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cats and Rats. We're here with another rankings tier episode. This is going to be the winger episode. I'm joined alongside, as always, my co-hosts Cody Stevens and Nick Levine. It's nice to have a familiar face back with us here, Jim, who's been with us during the offseason here. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, I'm doing well, guys. How you guys are doing?
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we've had a good, lively discussion off air. We have some agree to disagree on some of these wingers, so it's going to be interesting how to rank them. But before we do get started, Jim, here, what we normally do is we kind of look at what the fan poll said with Jay Fresh here, and it's just kind of a soft guide. Again, we're going to do a 1-year sample size, Cody. We mentioned the 3-year sample size as well, and then we want to weigh that regular season to playoff ratio because, you know, some of these guys that we've talked about, you know, they're stuck on bad teams, and, you know, that shouldn't affect where we rank them guys in this tier system here. So Cody, I think I showed you the one there on Jay Fresh from last year to this year. And we'll just look at, again, this includes some of the centers last week, Jim, that we did. So we just kind of want to look at the wingers here. But gentlemen, Nick, Cody, where do you guys Jim wants to?
I mean, this is a loaded list. I already kind of see a guy that I think's already too low.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I already see that's too high.
What guy do you think is too high, Nick?
Mitch Marner.
We'll get into the top guys. We'll get into them here in a moment.
I mean, I look at it. I think, you know, you look around and see guys that are listed, and, you know, the guy to me, like Jesper Bratt kind of seems to be a little lower for me, in my opinion, than you know, maybe the consensus is. Maybe I have a New Jersey bias, but I feel like the way Bratter's come along, he's produced for this team, especially when guys are out of the lineup. Seems like every year the Devils have injuries. So he's a guy for me that could be up higher, in my opinion.
I also think, like, you take a look at a guy like Nikolai Ehlers above guys like Jordan Kyrou, Mark Stone, Lucas Raymond. I mean, you can make a pretty serious argument there that I don't think he is. I think he's a good player, but there's always kind of been like a ceiling limit with him in Winnipeg. I know he's in Carolina now, but you know, if you have a problem with multiple coaches, getting playing time, consistent playing time, he's a talented player, but I think those other guys just proven it a bit more. And I also think Matt Boldy, I think he's actually in a really good spot, but I would put him over. And I like Adrian Kempe, and even Marty Necas. That's just how high I am on Matt.
I want to throw you guys some names here. The biggest risers from last year. Me and Jim were talking about this guy off air, and we're big fans. Matthew Knies, Marchenko, Peterka had a really great season. McMichael, Eklund, Granlund, Raquel, and Dylan Gunther. And then the biggest fallers were Tarasenko, Kreider, Ben, Henrique, Arvidsson, Middlestat, Duclair, and Zibanejad, which we're going to get into him a little bit.
Is Zibanejad even on the list?
So some of these guys aren't even on.
No, there he is, 101.
Guys. So,
Bennett's over.
So any of those names there, guys, from that riser faller list that you want to talk about?
I mean, Marchenko, I think, is the most one of the more underrated forwards in this league because nobody watches Columbus.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him firsthand last year. He basically put that team on his back, along with the goaltender that they almost got into the playoffs last year, and he had a really good season for the Columbus Blue Jackets, who, to me, are going to take another step this year. Could compete for a playoff spot in that Metro because outside of the top two in that division, which is Carolina, Jersey, that third spot to me is kind of open, up for grabs, to be honest, considering how tight the Atlantic is and how maybe there could be more teams coming out of there. Marchenko's always been a guy for me. Obviously, Knies is – I mean, I've watched that kid since he's debuted in the NHL. That kid's unbelievable what he did for Toronto this year.
I like Knies, but I think he's too high on this list. I'm taking, like as you see him at 56, I'm taking the 4 guys below him over him right now, and to be honest with you. Like –
I also think it's interesting how much Dylan Gunther rose. I think that's a 78 spots, and he's now over guys like Valerina and Shuskin, Tom Wilson, even Pavel Buchnevich, who, you know, like I think a year or two ago, a very hot commodity out on the trade deadline market. But now, I mean,
he still should be.
He still should be. But I like Dylan Gunther, but better than like guys like Buchnevich at this point. I don't know. And also, one of the biggest guys that dropped, Jonathan Marchessault, after a rough year in Nashville. That's,
you know, it's funny. I thought he was fine in Nashville.
I think,
like,
you know, I think they could have a bit of a bounce back in terms of how they're going to start off. Maybe they're not going to be completely a playoff team, but I think individuals like Marchessault and Stamkos and the team overall is going to be a little bit better. And then
I know. I just want to say on that, I love the hockey guys' work, but him to say there's no pressure on Nashville this year, I don't agree with that. Like,
this year, a ton of pressure on Nashville this year to make the playoffs.
They got to get it figured out here. And then Etulo Starinen rising almost 70 spots. That's a fair spot for him. Middle six, checking winger.
Best third line in hockey belongs to Florida
best
Panthers.
third line in hockey.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really good spot for him. Some of the guys above him, maybe even like, I don't know. I like Connor Garland, but I think Starinen in that last spot's fair for him. Those guys maybe a little bit more talent and production level that's been showcased, but
yeah, good. And this guy we're not going to get into, I don't think, on our list, but a guy that I'm high on and I think is a little bit way too low for me. I like Troy Terry. I don't know how the hell he's 111. I think you put him on a good team, he's probably around the 80s.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think there's just so much turmoil in Anaheim. Like, they don't really know how they're using Terry. That's the issue. Like, Troy Terry's a good player. We know what he's done. Especially for Team USA in the World Juniors. We know what he can do. He's a good player. I mean, right now I would take Dylan Guenther over him just because of the talent in Utah. And I think Utah is a better team than Anaheim is constructed right now. And Dylan Guenther, when healthy, is turning into be a really good top winger in the league. I'm not putting him like elite winger, but like if all the elite wingers are gone and I have an option of Dylan Guenther, I'm probably going to take Dylan Guenther.
He's on his way there.
Yeah, I'm huge on Dylan Guenther. If you're like this guy or that guy, I'm picking up Jim maybe 70% of the time.
Terry, I think, is too low for the Anaheim Rangers at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you want to talk about a team taking a lot from other team. Like, I think Vetrano, Strome, Kreider now, Trouba.
Speaking of Chris Kreider, he's not on here, is he?
I don't know. Like,
he was one of the biggest fallers from last year. But
Chris Kreider. Look, Chris Kreider had first of all, he was hurt last year in New York. New York was a complete mess. It's complete turmoil there. There was a mutiny in New York because they just didn't like what the GM was doing. Everybody's production was down across the board. But again, when a guy that of Chris Kreider's ilk tops 50+ goals, he's not a 50 goal scorer. No. So to expect that again, and where he got those goals from the previous year was a little much to ask for. I mean, he can get consistently, probably is a 30 goal scorer, but to ask for 50 again, very, very tough.
And I think, Jim, the fall off with Kreider, might get into him a little bit later. It could have happened 2-3 years ago. It's going to happen at a certain point.
I mean, if you think about it, go back to it. When he signed his extension, the production was starting to go off then. Like when he signed that extension before he got traded, like that trade deadline, there was talks he could go to Boston, and his production was down then. He's really a net front presence. Yeah. He doesn't score off the rush. He gets his pucks just go off of him on the power play. So realistically, his production was starting to go down.
Yeah. But when at his best, I think he's like a top 5 net front presence in the NHL, and it's like
I always thought he was a bit overrated. Even you take a look at the production. I mean, I know on paper it's very hard to top the production he's done. I think the last 3 seasons, foregoing this year, coming into the previous season, I think it was at 52, 36, and 39 goals. So, I mean, you take a look at the previous 3 seasons before this past one, he was one of the top goal scorers in the NHL and a power forward. But I just think when you watch him and you say, okay, who's going to be a part of your core, right? I mean, you take a look at some of the other guys out in the league, and then you take a look at Chris Kreider. There was always the number of players better than him, and it wasn't good enough right at the right time. Good player, but I just think he was asked a little bit too much in New York. He did a better job than I thought maybe he should have. I just always thought he's been a bit overrated with who he was as a player.
I think he's been a consistent goal scorer for them since he came into the league in 2012 after coming out, I believe, Boston College when he made his playoff debut with the Rangers. He's been fine for him. I think everybody loved him in New York. But like you said, I think what was expected of him maybe fell short of expectations. But
I think when
I think here real quick, and I think here when they started bringing guys like Panarin, he was able to like kind of take a backseat because Panarin was starting to be the go-to guy.
I think that's actually one of the things you talk about Buchnevich. I think that's one of the places they miss Buchnevich the most, because I think Kreider could have been a little bit more effective if that was his role. I think behind Zibanejad, behind Panarin, Kreider's the third guy. I think Kreider's probably fits better as that fourth guy. I don't think he's that high. When you take a look at your top three forwards on most teams, like Florida, it's Barkov, Tkachuk, Reinhart. I mean, I don't think Kreider's anywhere near any of those.
This is a lot of monologue for Chris Kreider. So
I don't like Chris Kreider.
I mean, look, the thing is, he's a polarizing player, and that's the thing. Yeah. But like for me, like being around New York and being around that team, I said it for years. The issue was when they signed Panarin, they had Kreider on the left side too. You couldn't move those kids up that played the left wing. They were just stuck playing on the third line. And guys had to move off wings. And I think, Nick hit the nail on the head. If Kreider's contract wasn't as high as it was, you could slot him down in the third line, and you could have moved Lafreniere up a lot earlier. You could have moved up Kakko a lot earlier. You could have done things the right way in New York. Instead, everybody's out the door except Lafreniere.
But anyway,
we're going to get to our list here, Cody. I think the cutoff is around top 8, top 10, and then you start to separate from there. But I'm going to be interested to hear how we kind of rank this top 5, and then who are the next 3 or 4 names, Cody, that fall into that superstar tier.
Yeah, so
let's kind of start from the top if we can a bit.
Yeah, we do. If we're asking me top 5, for Panther fans, this sucks to say, but I think due to production, Nikita Kucherov's the best winger.
Number 2 is...
I have Pasta right behind him.
Yes.
Kaprizov's up there.
Okay, keep going. Yeah.
And then this is the toss-up here.
No. Okay, first of all,
I would go Rantanen.
Clearly Rantanen.
And then Mr. Sam Reinhart.
Then I would go Sam Reinhart. But I'm not upset if Matthew Tkachuk goes there.
Okay, Jim, I want to hear a debate with you because I think these guys might not be with me here. Can we move Rantanen or even Kaprizov or maybe both ahead of Pastrnak?
I'm thinking. I think the top 2. I think Kucherov, Pastrnak, and then I like the top 4. I'm not putting Sam Reinhart in my top 5 though.
Okay.
Who's your 5th?
Who's my 5th? It's a toss-up between one of the Leafs, Nylander or Marner.
Ooh,
I'm
not there.
I can't go with that.
The highest I could put Marner is 8. That's the highest I could put Marner.
Now Kirby hates Marner unbelievably.
That's granted. He can't stand the guy.
Yeah, I mean production-wise, if we're rating production-wise in the regular season,
70%
of the regular season.
Yes. That
model, Nylander and Marner produce more in the regular season. If you're saying top 5 winger. My opinion, in my eyes, how I see things.
Now,
I don't have a problem with Sam Reinhart. He's a great playoff guy. His numbers in the regular season are good too. But it's like the back half of the regular season and then playoffs for Reinhart.
Last 2-3 years, isn't Reinhart only behind Austin Matthews for goals? Goals matter.
Goals do matter. Yes.
Right?
I'm not opposed to putting Tkachuk over Reinhart, but I think Reinhart's a better player. And if I can just add on one point, I want to talk a little bit about Mikko Rantanen.
Yes.
I know people are talking. David Pastrnak is one hell of a player, and when I talk about the separation between Pastrnak, Kaprizov, and Rantanen, it's very close. And I think Kucherov, he has a little bit of a gap. I think as time goes on over the next year or two, he's going to move a little bit further down that list because some of these other guys I think are primed to explode. I'm really looking forward to see what Kirill Kaprizov could do with a Minnesota roster with a little bit more cap space. But I want to just go through what Mikko Rantanen often got talked about as a McKinnon merchant, or that always hindered in some way his ranking. I think what we just saw, what he did in Dallas, and everybody said, "Oh, he lost to Edmonton." I'm like,
look at the bottom of the screen there. Points per game this past.
Points per game in the play. It wasn't even close. I think Kirill Kaprizov and Mikko Rantanen, you can make an argument, are better than David Pastrnak.
I do. I want to make that.
It's a conversation for sure. But for me, you take a look at Mikko Rantanen. I mean, he's well over a point per game in his career. Over the last 4 or 5 years, he's at least, I think, around 90 points per year. And when we talk about playoff performances, because we're weighing that too, number one, when it comes to regular season production, Mikko Rantanen is just as good as any of the other guys on the list. So,
and all time, Nick, I looked it up. We talked about this, 8th or 9th all time in points.
I mean, Mikko Rantanen is a moose. That's why they call him that. And think about this: what he did in Colorado when McKinnon and those guys were out. He carried that team.
He should have been. There were conversations, and I agreed with it at the time. He could have been a Hart candidate because McKinnon got hurt for a while, and Rantanen quietly put up 50 goals by himself. And then there was, especially after the years that they won, and the year they won the Stanley Cup, and even the following years they lost, they were unbelievable. The time in Carolina this year did hinder his numbers a bit. Still well,
but he also didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Why the hell would you trade for a guy that didn't want to be there?
And when you take a look at his playoff numbers, they're historic. They're not just good. They're like all-time greats when you're comparing. I mean, I mean, it's unbelievable. I think we talked about it at the trade deadline, Kirby, when the Panthers were still in on him.
I still would have traded anybody
I would
for
have
him.
moved Bennett or Verhaeghe for Rantanen.
Easily.
For me, if you're asking me, okay, who would I rather go have? I mean, Pasta, he's incredible. And I agree with Super Marley. He's a one-man show in Boston. But for me, I'd probably rather go Rantanen just because, I mean, you watch him. I'm not trying to take anything away from David Pastrnak. Mikko Rantanen is just as good as David Pastrnak in the regular season, maybe a slight bit worse, whatever.
But Rantanen and Kaprizov have huge arrows up. I can't say that about Pastrnak right now. If these guys are so close,
here's
up air, which guy doesn't?
But here's the thing: you're saying the only Kaprizov and Rantanen have up arrows, not Pastrnak, because of the team. Boston has no idea where the hell they're going.
Yeah, but he was on a historically great team, and he wasn't doing what just Rantanen did on a Dallas team that he was brand new with.
What are you talking about?
In the playoffs and down the stretch. Pastrnak didn't carry the Bruins like that on the historic.
Killed us.
He killed us. I'm saying, did he?
David Pastrnak, when the Bruins were making playoff runs and making Stanley Cup runs, David Pastrnak was the big reason why.
Yeah.
If I could just add.
But are you saying that's Rantanen level or Kaprizov level?
No, because here's the thing: David Pastrnak's not even a point per game in his playoff career. Not even a point per game. And I'm looking at it here. He's never been a point per game.
I would have this. I'll say this. You could move Rantanen ahead of Kaprizov because I want to see another season of Kaprizov. If Kaprizov doesn't get hurt last year, he probably wins the Hart Trophy.
I think he does.
And you probably can make that move.
But here's the thing. I think Kaprizov, especially with an improved Minnesota roster, I think Kaprizov can become number one.
Yes, 100%. 100% with that.
I think he's that talented. But, and again, good conversation between Pastrnak and Rantanen. I just think with how similar the regular season production is and how historic Rantanen's playoff numbers are, and when you watch them play, it's just a style of player that I think I like better. I think Pasternak's a little bit more finesse. I think Rantanen brings a little bit of everything there. When it comes to that, I think for me, I'd rather have Mikko Rantanen.
Pasta's finesse, but he doesn't get shut down in like small certain situations.
No,
but you know what? The difference, and the more I think about this, the more I'm starting to lean Rantanen too, because I just think about the playoffs. Sometimes Pasta does go away. Rantanen, for some reason, always finds a way to get something.
And I know it's a 1-year sample size, Jim, but what he just did with Dallas is huge, I think.
No, but I'm not even thinking of just the 1-year sample size. I'm thinking about his time in Colorado. The year that the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup, he was, I believe, second on the team in points behind Cale Makar.
Mm-hmm. And you take a look at everything.
Can we move him up, Cody?
I'd move him above Pastrnak because here's the thing. David Pastrnak, phenomenal player, but you see with Mikko Rantanen and the Colorado series this year, first 3, 4, 5 games, was kind of just doing whatever, provided a point here or two there. Then all of a sudden he just takes over, right?
Yes, you can take over games and win you games that we talk about.
Mikko Rantanen, the way he took over that in the playoffs there for that period of time, that's not just an anomaly. That's not just he got.
Because he's mad. Because he's mad. He's doing that.
He can do that, and when he does it, I mean, you're talking about like historic level of playoff performance, and you're talking about potentially the best winger in the league if he continues that over a full stretch.
I'm not saying he's with these guys, but when he plays like that, it's Draisaitl, McDavid.
I think he's with these guys regardless, but are you talking about Draisaitl and McDavid?
Yeah, I said when he does that, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Which he has the potential to do that, but I think he's number 2.
My question is like with Rantanen and Dallas moving forward, I wonder if the future of his playoffs is going to be more like that Game 7, Game 6, Game 7, and then Game 1 the next round. Or is it going to be like the whole rest of the playoffs where he was just dead silent?
Well, there's another winger on Dallas, and I criticized Dallas's approach to Edmonton, particularly when it came to.
It was awful.
But this guy, the other winger you're talking about, he's the one who actually came alive in the back half of that Edmonton series.
Okay, well, how about the rest of the team that couldn't even get in on the floor?
The rest of the team was awful in that series against Edmonton, and Jason Robertson finally got healthy on the back end of that series to produce for them.
Here's my opinion on Dallas and Kirby. I talked about this a lot. The way they attacked Edmonton in that series was idiotic. The way they came through the neutral zone, then they passed it to the outside looking for a transition or a rush opportunity, and Edmonton would smother them. Chip the puck in deep, activate the defensemen, support guys on the wall. There was a period in Game 5 where they did that about
Pete DeBoer. That's the problem. Coaching. That's Pete DeBoer. He's not good.
And here's the problem. There was points in that series, in Edmonton and particularly in Game 5 where they committed to that. And they had success. Go back and look at that second period, what Dallas did. They had success with that formula. They went away from it. They didn't stay committed to it, and it cost them. And I think that's why you see we were kind of the only ones that were able to beat Edmonton because we forced their defensemen to make mistakes. All they needed to do was close a guy off on the wall and have back support from the back-checking wingers, and puck's cleared out.
Dallas's loss in that conference final, I think, is 90% on DeBoer.
Yeah, and I think you take a look at some of the defense, how they played, particularly on the penalty kill. You can't play a normal penalty kill against Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. So
no, you can't.
I think, for example, like you see Cody Ceci, puck goes to the outside, Ceci attacks McDavid, puck comes to the inside, Draisaitl or Perry or Hyman was right out in front of the net.
Yeah.
So,
well, that was the biggest difference in the series, and we can talk about this another time. Zach Hyman not being in that Stanley Cup final was a game changer.
And I don't think you could place that. Like people were saying, Rantanen's a ghost. A lot more people got on Mikko Rantanen about that loss than people got on Connor McDavid about the Stanley Cup final loss.
Dude, the entire Dallas team in the Western Conference final disappeared. Disappeared. I watched every game. Everybody watched every game. They completely disappeared. I like the way this is set up, but I will say Kaprizov's is going to have another big year. And when we do this again next year, he's going to be top 2.
I want to move him up. I want to move Kaprizov up.
It's just the injury this year really hurts like the chance.
Yeah.
And with Pasternak having 106 points and the next was the guy having 57?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so we figured out here. I think Jim's outvoted on the Reinhart. I don't really want to listen to the Marner debate, but I will listen. I'll listen to
Nylander before I listen to Marner.
Listen to Nylander, and if you guys want to go Tkachuk also.
Because I want to say on Nylander here, Jim, 40-goal guy the last 3 seasons, drives play in the playoffs, and is a point-per-game guy in the playoffs. That's way better than Marner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nylander, to me, is the best, one of their best players, not only regular season, but playoffs. He's the only guy that shows up for them in the playoffs. It's really outstanding for what he does. And everybody knocks Nylander and what he does, but I've always liked William Nylander as a player. He can carry he can carry his line, he can carry the offense. When guys are out of the lineup, he steps up, similar to what we're saying about Rantanen. Like Nylander is that guy, but I know he's not top 5 on this list, and I'm okay with that. But I know he's in the next tier.
Yeah,
like, I know he's in that next tier.
He's 6'7", and I'll listen to any
Cody
conversation.
With some fans that are not Panther fans saying they will take Nylander over Reinhart. I like both players. But if you're saying which player disappears a bit more, I might lean like Nylander does. But
Nylander has a habit of what's the word? Doing a little bit of those flybys and those drive-bys.
Like, because here's the thing, Sam Reinhart's probably the most complete winger on this list. When we're talking 100%. Complete player, and
should have won the Selke, you could say.
And he's one of
he wasn't gonna win it because Bart
in the productions right there. He's second in goals the last 2 years, only behind Austin Matthews.
The thing about Reinhart is he's one of maybe one or two or three guys that can kill you in all three phases: shorthanded, power play, 5-on-5. And that's very, very rare.
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about Selke nominations, that's why I mentioned Marner, because he was also nominated for a Selke and could do everything in all three phases of the game too. That's why I said Marner. But I get it. Like, I understand his playoffs aren't that great, but he's actually I was on that national narrative. Marner doesn't do it. And then I looked at his numbers and I'm like, they're actually not as bad as people like.
But it's the game 5, 6.
I think
exactly.
if you watch it, it's like
if you watch it like we have,
it's not the same regular season.
No, it's not. It's you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, it's not that guy.
To the outside, it's like if you had paint on your skates, where is he moving on the ice? Perimeter. That's the problem with Carolina. Not to get back into them, but that's the problem with Mitch Marner when the playoffs happen.
You know what's funny?
Areas that
like Jim will probably noticed it's in the moment more than we did. Like that spinny backhand pass in Game 5. We didn't notice it until the replay of it because we're looking at the Panthers to see where their forecheck is at. We didn't even notice that he made that pass until after.
The one I noticed, when I noticed the most was Steve Dangle's reaction to it.
No,
Here's a little spinny backhand pass to absolutely nobody. Yeah,
I mean, but that's gone on for years because, when the Panthers beat the Maple Leafs the first time in 23, the turnovers at the blue line, just the no-look stupid passes, and I'm just like, all right, you guys definitely want to lose? That's fine.
But they said Marner.
I don't think it's Mitch Marner.
And then he ends up doing it.
Look, I'll say this: I'm on the Craig Button train, and I'm on the Craig Button train on this thing. When he said it, I agree with him. You can win with Mitch Marner. I just don't think you could have done it in Toronto anymore. I think the narrative of the same thing about Brett Hull. Can't win with Brett Hull. Can't win with Brett Hull. You know what? Goes to Dallas, wins. Goes to Detroit and wins. I think Marner in Vegas, he'll probably finally get his Stanley Cup there.
Well, I think
I'm surprised.
It might be the goalie holding him back that time, but I'm not going to.
So 6. You guys agree with me on this? 6 Nylander.
I want to ask you.
7 Matthew Tkachuk. 8 Marner. Highest I could put Marner.
Okay, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
We're going to get killed if we don't talk about it. Matthew Tkachuk. What is the argument there potentially to put him
over Jim, where do you have him? So that's 6, 7, 8, 9.
I would have him in that 6, 7, 8 range, to be honest.
I would too.
Because the intangibles to me is where you put him. Like the production's there. You know he's gonna make the play. He's that guy, right? That trade changed the game of history for Florida for everybody. Okay.
But I think some injuries have kind of
injuries, but the intangibles when you need him in the playoffs. Look, Game 5 Cup Final was probably his best game in the playoffs, probably the entire playoffs, not just the final. And
it's not a big thing here. It's not a big thing here, Jim. But I want to ask you this question. So if we're going to move Nylander 6, Tkachuk 7, Cody Marner 8, I know it's not a big thing for Panther fans, but is Matthew Tkachuk to you more of a 90, 95-point guy than a 105-point guy? That's what I talked about.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's a 90. Yeah, that's a 90. He's a 90, 95 to me.
I'd prefer Tkachuk in 6, but I'm okay with Nylander at 6. I just think some of the tendencies, and I know we got on Matthew Tkachuk for some, lazy giveaways, but
the flybys.
I think Nylander, it's tough to see because
but this year, I mean, you get on Nylander, you get on Tkachuk for flybys, but the dude's been playing hurt for the last three seasons, so I can't kill him because the gliding. Like being at Game 6 and watching the goals he scored, he just glided right into the area, and I'm like, This is what he's going to do.
I think the intangibles. I think the production is there with Nylander, number one, and I think
I got one for you because I love this. I love this winger and I love this player and I've loved him since he came into the league. Where would you put Jake Getzel?
Getting close here now.
If you would have asked me that a year or two ago, I'd probably say just like elite. I'll give you another example. I want to bring up a guy here. If you would have asked me Jake Guentzel or Jason Robertson.
Okay. I was just going to say Guentzel, Robertson, and Connor are the next up.
I think I used to be a huge fan of Jason Robertson. And then I really haven't been as big a fan of him. There were guys talking about
Panarin as well.
Gun to my head,
I doing prefer Guentzel. I prefer Guentzel over Robertson at this point.
I'm doing
even
the
where is Panarin here?
I think I could make an argument that I would put Panarin. Where is Panarin? Right here. I'd argue I put him here. Or here.
No.
Or no, not there.
No.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
either there or there. I think Robertson kind of fell off a little bit.
I want to talk about Robertson. Sure. There were a lot of people a couple years ago. I don't know if it was more of a conversation, I'll say, that people were really having a debate. Okay, Robertson or Kaprizov? That's how good Robertson was a couple years ago.
MVP talk. I had him as my dark horse.
MVP talk. You go back 2-3 seasons ago, there was a legit debate. Who's better, Kaprizov or Robertson? Kaprizov or Robertson? It's not even close now. But I think, you take a look at Jason Robertson, you watch him. He's a good player, phenomenal player, elite player. There's always just somebody, I think, that's got a little bit more than him. I can't really describe it. It's a very weird situation where, okay, you watch him in the playoffs. It's you can't provide a little bit more for what you're supposed to be. You take a look at the numbers. They've been point per game, but they don't. You watch him at this point in his career, good player. It just doesn't blow you out of the water. I don't really know what happened from early on. And then you compare him to guys like Jake Guentzel. Jake Guentzel at Four Nations was unbelievable. Oh. And then playing him, first of all, he was excellent throughout the whole year. Was great at Four Nations. Really impressed me at Four Nations. And
his best player in the series versus us.
And he was a pain in the ass to play
love
versus
Jake
us.
Guentzel. He's my guy, man. I've loved Jake Guentzel since he's come into the league. Man, since he came in for Pittsburgh, the way he came in, dominated, just putting up goals, playing. I know it helps you when you play with Sid, but when Sid was
that, always says, but I'm but
yeah, but when Sid wasn't in the lineup, Jake Guentzel decided that it was Jake Guentzel time. Jake the Snake shows up in the playoffs, and and even in that short time in Carolina, he helped the Carolina Hurricanes. But he's perfect for Tampa, good player, just always his production in regular season consistent in the playoffs. I like where you have him. I like where you have him over Kyle Connor. I'm a big Kyle Connor guy too. Sometimes he goes away in the playoffs.
It's Four Nations and playoffs for why I have Guentzel over Connor.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys can have Panarin ahead of Connor. I don't think
you. I want to actually, if you want to take a look at a point of reference for Jake Guentzel, and I was underrating him or disrespecting him a bit at the beginning of the year when Tampa brought him in. Take a look at the last 5 years since the 2019-2020 season. Take a look at his numbers. He's got 414 points in 396 games. He has more points per game than William Nylander, Kyle Connor, Mika Zibanejad, Brad Marchand, Sam Reinhart, Alex Ovechkin, Clayton Keller. Has the same amount as Jason Robertson, more than Kevin Fiala, some other guys, Jesper Bratt. Other really good high quality.
If it wasn't for regular season, I'd put Guentzel over Marner, but it's.
Oh yeah,
I have. If you were to do it, I wouldn't have an issue with it.
And I'll do it, but I'm biased.
I think part of the problem with playoffs recently is he didn't really make them in Pittsburgh the last couple of years. So
no, but he was in the playoffs with Carolina and
he was
Tampa.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But there's a world where Kirby may not want to hear this, but I think there is a chance that Marner may have a slight bit more of a game-breaking ability if he ever taps into it, then Gensel does.
Cody, who would you rather have? Because you like one guy more than the other. I don't care for either of these two, but wouldn't you take Panarin over Marner?
Am I starting my team or am I?
Yeah, if you had to pick your team, it's Panarin or Marner on the wing, your first wing position.
Oh, I'd probably go. You're gonna not like this answer. I go Marner just because of the penalty kill.
Oh wow, okay. I thought you were pick Panarin because you kind of like.
I'm not a fan of Artemi Panarin. Kirby,
you don't like either one. Like
I told you when we played the Rangers and we were previewing that series. Kirby, watching this guy versus Carolina, that shit, it ain't gonna work against us. It might work against Carolina. It's not gonna work against us.
Right away.
I'm still pissed that we allowed Lafreniere to go back to Rimouski on us.
And he just freaking disappeared in that series.
He tapped out. He kind of white flagged it.
And I'm like, Kirby, the guy doesn't back check. The guy.
All right, so real quick, I love this debate about wingers that don't back check because I get it. I understand it playing hockey and being a two-way center, and I can play the wing. But the issue is I always say this to everybody. I don't care. If he's paid to score goals, that's his job. Don't worry about the rest of it because 88 in Chicago never back checked.
Oh, no.
Well, did Panarin score against Florida?
No.
Yes.
He did. He had game 6 he scored.
He scored game 6 with a minute and a half left.
Yeah, garbage time goal. Didn't matter.
Garbage time goal. He doesn't back check. He gave up easy plays on the wall. If you don't give him time and space, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Jim. I get where Jim's coming from on the winger standpoint, but when it bleeds into your team in such a negative aspect, like Marner and a smaller degree Panarin, that starts to affect.
But if the guy's right behind him and he's just staring at him, that's when I have a problem. Yeah. But if he's like behind the net, and I'm not expecting him to haul ass in the back.
Well, here's the thing: if you're not going to produce, then you're going to have to provide other areas.
Well, that was the issue with Rick Nash all those years in New York.
So you either produce or you do something else. And
people don't want to hear this about Nash, but he was the king of the flyby.
Well, you're not going to hear an argument from me because that's all I read and all I heard. That was the issue.
I'll give you an example. Carter Verhaeghe. I got on Carter Verhaeghe this year. When if he's not scoring in the playoffs, I still think he's doing the other parts of his game correctly.
Try to tell you that. I
do. So
I to tell you,
and that's a skilled winger.
When you're paid to be the top winger in the game, and you get one goal and it's a garbage time goal in game 6, you take a look at what he did versus Carolina. Puck was on the wall. Anytime somebody closed in on him or didn't give him time and space, he gave up. No compete at all.
All right. I want to ask Jim here.
I'm not a big fan of Panarin. So
Jim, is there a name or two we're missing from here? Because I have it on my list here with this Robertson tier here. There's one or two guys here.
I mean, feels like that tier is pretty.
Can I throw out the?
Yeah, go.
Brady, Tkachuk, and Philip Forsberg. Are these the
count me out?
No, not yet.
Not
yet.
No.
Brady, not yet. He'll be there, but not yet.
But
I think he's. To be honest, I think you make the argument. You can make an argument that he's in the next tier or the one below that.
Well, that's what my next two guys up. Is there someone these guys that you guys have?
But here's the thing. Let's go in the order here now that we have like the top 10, 11 settled here.
Okay.
Next up, we got Nikolai Ehlers, and I have him at the tail end of elite or big tail end. I'm not really that big of a Nikolai Ehlers guy.
Average.
I think you. The issue is have we seen the best of Nikolai Ehlers?
He's hurt. He doesn't perform well in the playoffs.
Here's the thing.
Analytics darling, which doesn't always match the eye test.
Good player, but I mean.
But I've watched the Winnipeg Jets, and I've talked to a couple guys that covers this team. When Nikolai Ehlers actually played on the first line, he could produce. The coaching staff never wanted to stay with it consistently.
Why is that?
I would love to know that answer.
You can't measure by numbers in advanced stats, and that's why the analytics community always.
Here's the thing: if it was for one coach, then I would blame the coach.
No,
but
it's multiple coaches that just decide to put him on a second line.
It's something that they're probably. This is something defensively that they're asking him to do that he's not doing.
But they don't have a second line center. That's the other issue.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I don't know. I have more
questions than answers.
I think he's a good fit in Carolina, but I really struggle with the fact that he's not
a difference maker. He's not a
difference maker.
I'll say this one. This could rile some heads. I had somebody on my show during free agency. We were talking about Nikolai Ehlers or Brock Besser. I went Besser. The other person went Ehlers over Besser.
I go Besser.
I would lean Besser.
I would lean Besser too.
I'll take one in that situation.
Yeah, because the thing is with Ehlers, it's just it's multiple coaches now. And here's the thing, and I'm going to say this now. If he's anything less than a first-line winger for Carolina, that signing sucks.
Yeah, and I think he needs to be 70, 75-point first-line winger.
And he's got to be
healthy. When Nikolai Ehlers is healthy, he can be a top-line winger.
And then the second part of the equation that none of us like, he's a ghost in the postseason. I mean, you want to talk about ghost to ghost.
And again, it's the Pasternak analogy. He's been on some great teams. He's around more players and talent, I would say, than Pasternak has been. And
they've lost some. I'll never forget the utter collapse that they did against Colorado.
That was so bad.
That was defensively. That was complete
defensively.
Defensively, they played right into Colorado's hands. And Mark Scheifele finally has put the ghost of Jake Evans' past behind him.
Yes, Jim. I agree with you there. That was a long time.
It took him a bit. It took him a minute for that.
That's what I've been saying to you guys all the time. Jim just used the same
word. I would text guys in Winnipeg. I'm like, dude, where's Mark Scheifele?
Mentally, where is he?
No. I said to the one guy, I texted him, I was like, dude, he's not over Jake Evans. He's like, oh, that was a while ago. I'm like, yeah, but he's still a ghost. He's not himself. He finally got over that.
But I think Ehlers, and we can move on here soon, but Ehlers is part of that Patrick Laine, and Paul Maurice had all these cliques and issues in the room. He was part of that, Ehlers.
It's amazing how all of them go away.
Vander Kane.
But next up, Kirill Marchenko. I'm very high on him, but above average for right now.
Yeah.
Next year, he will be elite.
Next year, he'll be elite.
Point per game this year, 74 points. I know this because I have him in fantasy because I drafted him again.
Keeper league?
Back-to-back. Unfortunately, no. But I drafted him back-to-back years. Hey, in my keeper league, I have Rantanen, Shesterkin, and Hellebuck.
There you go. Those are winners. Where are you going to put Forsberg in this thing, though?
I want Forsberg and Brady.
I think I put elite.
Yeah, elite, definitely. Elite, yeah.
And Brady as well.
We'll slowly get to him. Brad
Marchand.
We debated not putting him on here, but for the content, Jim.
I would put him above average, to be honest.
Okay. Now, I'm going to explain why. Because I agree with Jim. Just the role. I didn't love how his last year or two went in Boston. Kirby, I know you agree with me on that.
That would be more almost mid because of where his role was.
He was mid in Boston at the final. He was mid to above average.
Okay.
Was elite for Florida, but the problem is he's on a third line.
And he's getting the third line matchups to make him an elite winger. Which is
he's not playing top six. His role
I have him above Marchenko, so we'll try
his role is significantly decreased from what it used to be.
And you look at it, all you heard during free agency before he stayed in Florida was like, well, what's his role going to be someplace else? Are they going to ask him to do too much? Is he a top line winger anymore? He's not. He's a second or third line winger now.
And I think I'm going to be
perfectly in Florida.
I think he's an elite third line winger.
Yes,
he's an elite third line winger, and he's an excellent still can be an excellent top six forward. I'm not doubting that. But when we talk about above average, we're only saying where does he rank amidst the rest of these players?
Yes,
in this tier of players, and role plays a leader than that. We could talk about leadership and intangibles, but you can't overrate it because how do you quantify it?
You don't because it's not measurable. I said this during the playoffs because this is my issue with New Jersey looking at depth scoring. You can't measure depth scoring. You either have it or you don't. And that's what Florida and Edmonton had going into the final.
Yeah,
you can't measure it.
You're going to laugh at this, Jim, but that Kirby's biggest concern going into the postseason for us was our depth scoring.
And
I think everybody
was the goals we got from the defense. They didn't even do that.
Well, I don't think that's replicable. I don't know.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
But here's the thing. We never got goals.
Jim, your depth scoring is your defense. Cody's going to bring that up always, but it came from the back end as much as it did from the depth.
Yeah, but we never got any from the back end during the regular season.
Yeah, that's where you find those goals in the playoffs. When you have 22 of 23 guys
scoring. No one was betting with me, Jim, that we were going to get all those goals from our blue liners. No one was stepping.
How about going into the playoffs? No one picked Florida.
I mean,
well, that pissed me off. By the way, they just wrote us off like we were a bunch of dog shit. The Tampa's so great,
right?
Only Kiprios. He's a
I'll
smart
make the
guy.
argument for Marchand because I do think he's better than Ehlers.
I do too. That's what I was about to say. I think
I want to drop Ehlers back after we get.
I could put Marchand at the tail end of elite. I'm not.
Yeah, I could do that.
For right now, I want to put him here.
Right now, I'll put him in elite.
I can't. I don't like Ehlers.
Well, you drop Ehlers later, Cody.
Yeah, we can, but like right now, like we'll probably end up dropping 1 or 2. But next up, trying to get it out, boys. Let's go, Patrick Laine.
Yes, okay. Cody didn't agree with this last week when I said, hey, Taco, shout out to Taco. He made a good point here because this is a top 6 guy, a top line winger that was benched in the playoffs. And you want to talk about coach killer, system killer, like Montreal, get rid of this guy. Jim, add 2 other guys, and you're way ahead of the game right now.
See, here's the thing. So I was on Montreal radio at the beginning of the year, and they asked me about Patrick Laine.
Of course.
And of course they did, because that's what they did.
They love these players.
I actually still like Patrick Laine.
Okay.
And I listened to what Kent Hughes had to say. He's right in the fact that without Patrick Laine, the Montreal Canadiens don't get to the playoffs. Because he went on a tear when he came back from that injury.
He did.
But he was injured a long time, too.
He was injured because of the preseason. Yes. And I almost wonder if he gets healthy and they just play him power play and they limit his role a little bit, he's still a good player. He's not the guy that's making $9 million.
But that's where the contract comes in, and they can't limit his role and bring down.
No,
the same thing we get into Eric
He's going to be a second line. He's going to be a second line winger with Demidov on the other side, and they're going to figure out who their 2C is.
But I don't think that's a good tutor.
I remember they were talking about putting Laine at number 2 center. I'm like, oh boy,
he's not a center. That's the problem.
But here's the problem with Laine, and that's why he's an FSU trash can. Number 1, he's known as a goal scorer. He hasn't scored 30 goals since COVID existed. Like,
you know what it is? It's a better version of, I'll compare. I think Anthony Duclair found more consistency as it went on, but he's a top 6 forward, and that's it. And there's so much inconsistency in his game, and out of the lineup.
Brand Mike Hoffman.
Exactly. Like on and off production.
Yeah, I like Hoffman, but I'll take that.
On and off production.
Yeah, I like Mike Hoffman too.
On and off production, inconsistency.
I think Hoffman buys into your team framework more.
For somebody who's
just keep his wife away from social media.
A purely top 6 scoring winger, and there's that much inconsistencies in his game. It really just doesn't seem like a viable option.
That's an indictment to get benched in the playoffs, Jim, and then you're trying to get him to tutor your next,
I don't think Laine's tutoring Demidov. I'm gonna be honest. I think Demidov's hanging out with Suzuki and all those guys. To be honest,
he better be.
I think he's hanging out with Suzuki and Caulfield and all those clowns.
Honestly, does anybody think Patrick Laine is a top 6 consistent 80 game
not anymore.
goal player?
He was in his first year or 2.
He's a good duo in Fortnite, but
But here's the thing: he's so inconsistent. It depends on the time of the year. It depends on the year. You can't depend.
But the reason, and I go back to what Jere Lehtinen said, and I'll go back to Jere Lehtinen said, because I guarantee you Patrick Laine will be playing for Team Finland at the Olympics. The reason he will be on Team Finland is the same reason he was at 4 Nations. His shot on a power play, when it hits the net, he can still score on the power play.
But would you be surprised if he's benched in the Olympics?
No, I will not be surprised, but I'm going to say he will be on the Finnish Olympic team.
Because they don't have players like that. He is so different than the average Finnish guy.
No,
I think
exactly.
How you would define it is there's no dependability with him as a player anymore. I mean...
Your best dependability is availability, and he's not available all the time.
And it's either through injury, which is not his fault, or it's through inconsistent play. It's just not a viable top 6 consistent.
As much as it pains me because I was high on Laine in his draft year, I can't disagree with where you put him. I just can't. But
because it's hard to make arguments against guys on this list.
Finland is Mikko, they'll be all right.
Laine,
Finland is Mikko, they'll be all right, Kirby.
Hey. But
there we go, Mixie.
Remember, last thing online, I remember when people said he was better than Matthews?
Oh, I remember that.
I do.
I remember that.
Next up, Mika Zibanejad.
Isn't he more of a center, though?
Yeah,
They're moving him to wing.
We put him here because of Miller, Trocheck. Like, what are they doing?
Moving him to wing. So,
all right. I think Zibanejad's bound for a bounce back year.
We'll put him right here for now.
He's
above
mid.
average.
I was going to say above average, but okay.
No, I have him mid to below.
Okay.
Like,
In this range of players,
you're going to learn this really quickly, Jim. Kirby does not like good players.
What?
Wow! What? Yo, hot take.
Cody stands for guys, Jim, and then he won't stand for them halfway through the year, like our defensive rankings, for example.
William Eklund.
Like who?
Dougie Hamilton and Eric Carlson. How far they've fallen down the list? That's a Kirby W. Sorry, Jim. I know one of them is on your team, but
I don't think.
Hey, look, that just fuels my argument to tell people that say, "Hey, you got to trade Dougie." I'm like, okay, you're gonna get a 50 to 60 point player someplace else. Good luck with that.
But I don't think he was a top 12 guy where people were ranking him a couple.
Hey, listen, I still think Dougie is one of the best wrist shots for a defenseman out there.
Yeah, he can bomb it too.
Yeah,
William Eklund, just purely based off lack of experience. He's only played about a year or two.
Yeah.
But I think he can mid for right now. But I think he's
going to explode. He's going to explode.
So
that's not for his current ability. That's just because he has not played.
We're projecting right. We're doing right now, not projecting.
Cody wanted to add him on the list, so we added.
Because we needed someone from San Jose on here.
Although you can take a look, 45 points.
On the center list.
He's played 2 seasons, 45 points in 80 games, and then 58 and 77. So you could put him at above average.
I think he's an above average winger because of who he plays with.
That's why I had him. But next,
I got Mika lower. But anyways, continue.
Clayton Keller, elite.
Bingo. All right.
Elite.
Yes. Apparently one of the best golfers in the NHL.
Oh, I got something on.
He had a lot of time in Arizona. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were on a golf course a lot, and he better be on Team USA.
Jarvis, I'm not a huge fan of Seth Jarvis. I think he's a really good player. I think he could be slight bit overrated.
You're not with me and Cody. You're not a huge fan of Jarvis.
No, I think Carolina Hurricane fans overrate him wildly.
Cody, you better put Jarvis ahead of Mika.
Oh, he's elite.
He's better than Mikko. Where the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, he's definitely an elite player.
But I think Jarvis can be overrated.
He's here. He's right there for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Point per game in the playoffs, 67 points back-to-back years. Maybe with Ehlers, he could pop a bit more because have that extra winger. Because
I think Jarvis is more of a driver for that Carolina team than Ehlers is going to be.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Everything runs through Seth Jarvis.
No, I think I might be a little bit higher on Seth Jarvis if he was on another team. So
yeah. But the problem is, like, I'm taller than most of the Carolina's wingers, like Stankov and Jarvis. Like,
if you're an Anton Lundell fan, Panther fans, you better be a Seth Jarvis fan for what he does for them.
Yeah, he was like the pick after, I'm pretty sure.
He was.
This guy right here. This guy's an enigma.
Okay, say the name. So
Valerie.
I want to put him in elite, but it's like he's the thing with Lion A is you can't depend on his availability.
He's an above average winger.
Yeah, it's
I think he's an elite winger, but you can't depend on him. Like
in the playoffs, you could if you asked me for an elite player in the playoffs, it's Nichushkin.
You asked Winnipeg about Valerie Nichushkin, like you're giving them nightmares.
Dude, the reason Colorado won the Cup in 2012 was because Nichushkin and all the guys they brought in. He was a huge part of it.
I'll just say this.
To
give you a point of reference, he hasn't played over 70 games in the NHL since 2015-16. When he played 79 and he was 20 years old.
I can't say why he has not played more than 70 games in a season.
Because he's on the
all
ice,
of it's speculation.
On the ice, he's an elite player. There is off the ice stuff.
Yeah, there's
off the ice. Off the ice, he's definitely Russian, and I'll leave it at that.
Next,
Carter versus Swaggy.
Jim, let Jim go.
Let's see. We're biased here, so I know exactly where I'm putting him.
Based on numbers, regular season, based on playoff numbers, he's elite. Everything combined. I wish there was a category between above average and elite because that's where he falls.
Front end of above average?
Yes. front end of I think he's at the front end of above average, but I could put him at the tail end of.
I think he's better than Ehlers.
Yes. No,
might be moving some of those guys
I would
down.
take Nikolai Ehlers.
We might be moving those 3 guys down. Ehlers, Marchand, Verhaeghe. We'll see.
I think Verhaeghe's better than Marchand.
Yes, I think Verhaeghe's better than because the flexibility Maurice has with Verhaeghe, where he can flip him first line or second line.
Yeah, I put him ahead of Marchand right now.
Yeah, but here's the reason why he's better than Ehlers to me, is because that Ehlers' career high is like 63 points. Verhaeghe's Verhaeghe's had back-to-back 70-point years. He had a down year last year.
Playoff.
That's the one
we
thing.
We can keep him there for now.
For now, we might be moving.
We're probably going to be moving some guys down. If we need to move.
By the way, funny story. So funny story, real quick on that. Just it take me 30 seconds. So I saw Steve Goldstein one year in the playoffs when I was down there, and I saw it. Because I had when Verhaeghe first started doing his thing in a playoff, I dubbed him Mr. Playoff, and then I saw Steve Goldstein starting to use it. So I saw him in person. I'm like, "Wait, you stealing my stuff now?" Like, and we were just laughing.
Hit the button, Nick. Nick, hit the button.
Oh, give me a minute. You got to give me a little bit of a heads up there, Kirby. Keep talking.
No, it's funny. We were both laughing. He's like, absolutely. He's like, we're both laughing. He's like, dude, this guy just shows up clutch for the Florida Panthers in the playoffs.
Like, I'm pretty sure you remember that Capital series for us.
Oh, dude, without Verhaeghe, first of all,
we lose in
Washington should have won that series. A. Yes. Without Verhaeghe, B, they don't win. Like
Jim's with us on that.
Dude, I watched that series and I was like, how the heck is Washington not winning this series right now?
Right.
Oh my gosh. I said the same thing, and I can tell you why. You want to know why? Because we were too good that year. You want to know the reason why we didn't sweep Washington? Andrew Brunette.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Brunette's not a good head coach. Andrew Brunette's not a good head coach.
Oh no, he did the dumbest.
I'm still seeing Instagram and social media putting the guy in above average to elite tiers. I'm like, what are we talking about?
What, coaching?
Yes, after the
no, absolutely no way.
Putting him above average.
Listen, that dunce cap broke up the best pairing in the NHL that year in Ekblad and Weegar, and he threw Sherrod on there.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about it.
Uri Slavkovsky.
Mid as they come.
Mid
as they come.
Jim, you're loved by Montreal fans, so you take this one over.
I would put him above average.
He's mid, dude.
You're going to be surprised that he's going to be an above average winner.
I need Nick to weigh in on this. Nick, weigh in from Jim to Cody there. I kind of favor him, but I don't know.
If we're putting Eklund in above average, Slavkovsky goes in above average.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Like, no, I got Eklund in mid.
Okay. I'm okay with swapping them.
You want to have both of them in mid?
No. Well, I'd move Eklund down the mid. I'm okay with that.
I have Slavkovsky ahead of Eklund.
Well, so do I.
I'm the other way around. I'll move Eklund to mid. Because in terms of everything, they are both 50-point guys.
Again, we're ranking them on their peer rankings, not like are these guys just mid NHL players? Like,
yeah, but like there are guys on this list that I'm probably going to put above them.
Yeah, Jesper Bratt's above both of those
we'll
guys.
put the next guy in the FSU.
After this next guy, the next six guys are above him.
Yeah. Well,
who do we got next?
Who do we got next?
Trevor Zegras.
That is FSU Trash Can. I nominated him for that. Like his fall from grace is so much. And the overrated media hype. Jim, I know he's an American guy, but like, where is he going to be placing best on best here? These are best on best peers here.
I don't have an issue with it. I'll make an argument against it. I don't have an issue with it because it's production.
I think he's better than Line A.
I think he's better than Line A. I would put him below average or below mid or whatever the heck.
I got him Trash Can, Nick.
First of all, we got to get rid of FSU Trash Can because We only do the U here. Sorry.
There we go.
Nah.
Hey, but it's the trash can.
Here's
for
the problem.
with the U sponsor.
Half of you guys didn't even graduate from UM. I
They're going
graduated
in
from
the
Florida
trash.
State.
They're going in the FSU trash.
I've been a Miami college football fan going back to the years in the Big East.
Well,
I'm allowed to put this up.
Hey, I just graduated from Florida State, and that's my trash can right there.
Speaking of that,
we allow Cody to do that.
But going back to the ranking for a minute, I think Trevor Zegras, look, he's not a Pat Verbeek guy. Clearly, he wasn't a Pat Verbeek guy. The holdout, the bridge contract, the whole negotiation, there was an issue. He had injury issues coming out of training camp. He should have been there a lot sooner. Same with Jamie Drysdale. They're both in Philadelphia now. Zegras adds more to that Philadelphia lineup. His numbers are going to go back up to where they should have been his first 2 seasons. But that's where my argument is below mid, because I think there's other guys that could be in the trash can.
City of Philadelphia. He's going to be a Rick Tocchet guy, Jim?
No.
Big question.
He's not a Rick Tocchet guy either, but I think he's more of a Rick Tocchet guy.
When is it a Zegras problem like Line A? Then if you're not good with this,
I think he's more of a Tocchet guy than he is a Pat Verbeek guy, because the issue is Tocchet now has guys that he had in Vancouver that he didn't ask too much from, because is Mitchkov playing D? No.
That man doesn't want to dump in.
So before we get to Matthew Knies, speaking of UM, we have a word from our sponsor, Caneswear, and then Jeremy Beckham.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
We also have a word from our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham. Hey, Panther fans, in South Florida, need real estate help? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy and his team put humans over houses, working hard for you, whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Hit up BeckSellsFLA.com or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did. And also, if I may add, it's been a while since we've done these. We're going to be announcing actually another giveaway here on this video. So on this chat, we're going to be giving away a pair of free tickets to the Broward, the Hobby Card Show, courtesy of Andrew Hoffman, which is coming to the Broward County Convention Center on August 23rd and August 24th. So if you want to have a chance to win those 2 tickets, we're actually going to be giving away 4 total, so 2 individuals can win. So make sure to comment some way we can reach you, contact you, whether it be your Twitter handle or Instagram handle. Also, like this video and be subscribed. So you have to comment, like, and subscribe. And also, reminder, we're going to be giving away here soon this Jonah Gadjovich signed JSA certified.
That's in the Peter Worrell episode.
In the Peter Worrell episode. So you're going to have to go back to that Peter Worrell episode and follow the same instructions here. Many more giveaways coming up here, obviously. But for right now, it's the Jonah Gadjovich one and the Hobby Card Show one. And we also like to give a shout out to the Broward Teachers Union and the Police Benevolent Association. So,
and just another quick
Union President Anna Fusco. So thank you.
Sorry, Nick. Just another quick housekeeping note. We're gonna have to do the Eric Poole redraw if B. Ralston doesn't reach out to us in the YouTube comments. So I'm trying to get a hold of him. I haven't heard from him, so I'm gonna have to do a redraw on that.
Okay.
All right. So next up here,
who do we got?
Matthew Knies.
Oh, me and Jim. This is the guy. Me and Jim.
Superstar.
Yeah, there we go.
Put him up there.
Elite.
All right. All right. Let me know when we're serious again.
I am serious.
We're damn serious. He's an elite winger.
There we go, Jim.
He's an elite winger in this league. He is.
This guy's quickly becoming overrated.
Like,
Cody, why don't we bring up the numbers for Matthew Knies, has 2 seasons, 2 full NHL seasons, 35 points in 80 games in 23-24, 58 and 78. If you want my honest opinion, he's done
above average.
He's done nothing more than Kirill Marchenko has done.
So he's going right. I think he like.
Okay, here's a question.
No.
If you're the Leafs, would you rather have Marchenko or Knies?
Knies, 100%.
Knies because they already have like Nylander, which is Marchenko.
Okay.
I'm putting Knies above Verhaeghe, Jim.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my goodness!
No. Easily.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes. He's elite. He's an
Verhaeghe
elite
is
winger.
Yeah, like fans were complaining about Verhaeghe's production this year within the season. I don't think you're going to have seasons in Toronto that you're going to complain about Matthew Knies. You want to talk about, we've talked about a lot of coach killers.
This is not a coach killer. This is a guy you want on your team.
This is like a match made, you know.
He hasn't even hit 60 points.
He's already made an impact on a team since the day he came into the lineup, when this day they brought him up from college.
Yeah, and Sam Bennett rock bottomed his ass, and guess what? Didn't play till the next year.
He played back he came back in the playoffs.
That's Sam Bennett praise by Cody. Take it right now.
Matthew Knies is an elite winger in the National Hockey League.
In 2 years, he will be.
In a year or two, sure. Not right now.
Right
I
now,
can make the argument he's better than Seth Jarvis.
Yeah,
I can make the argument freaking Eklund's better.
I want.
No, he's not.
Seth Jarvis to me, Jim. Seth Jarvis to me, and Jim's gonna remember this. And Matthew Knies right next to each other for me. Like,
okay, not
mean
right
the-
I
now,
agree
though.
with that. Not right now.
You guys
Next
are
year,
looking
yes.
at projections again.
But you're talking.
No,
about
he's not. I'm not doing projections on Matthew Knies. I've watched his whole career. Watched him in college. I've scouted this kid. I've seen this kid play. He's an elite winger. If
not
you're putting,
right now, no.
he's 100% an elite winger.
It was
in
our
a year,
first
I'm there
power play.
90,
hold on,
Top
Cody.
6 minutes.
Cody,
He
in
didn't
a
get
year-
that many.
In a year, he'll be an elite.
Yes.
In a year and a half.
Not right
Yes.
now.
No,
We're going to
I
say that.
want to stand on this now with our projection on him. This is a guy, and there's
Who
another
are we
guy.
projecting?
To a degree, but I've also seen what he's done in the playoffs.
No,
I've seen a
we're
big enough
making right
sample size.
now.
Are we talking right now? Because
Right now, elite.
Yeah,
Right now,
no,
he's not elite.
7 points in 13 playoff games is not elite. No.
I have a problem with you guys having Verhaeghe and Marchand way ahead of him. Or Marchand, are you going off of past accolades of Verhaeghe now?
and
versus
move
Knies?
Marchand down.
So you're mad at us for ranking guys higher for stuff they've already done, and you want to rank this guy higher for something he hasn't done. Make it make sense, please.
I'm okay
I'm
if
begging
you
you.
want to say Knies is better than Marchand and Ehlers. I'm okay with that.
Yes, he is, because
I'm
he
okay with
is.
that.
No,
But
he
If I'm
isn't.
picking a guy for my team,
But right now,
Yes.
he hasn't. Listen, I think he is an
If there
elite
was a
player
trade
with an
for
elite
Verhaeghe
skill
and
set,
Knies
but
on
he
the-
hasn't shown it fully yet.
if there was a trade for Knies for Verhaeghe on the table, you're hanging up the phone within 5 seconds, Cody.
Well, that's
Here's the
different than
problem.
saying who's the better
But
player
here's the
right
thing.
now.
That's projecting.
No, me and Jim are standing on it. We're not saying maybe. We're
Because
saying
you guys,
yes,
because
yes.
you guys are high on him because he might be that in a year.
I have
He's
never
not
no,
that right
it's not what
now.
no.
He's
Take
not
away
that
my
right
Don't
now.
put words in my
No,
mouth.
he is not.
Okay,
Don't
go
put
ahead.
words in my mouth. I've watched this kid throughout his entire progression. I will take him over a lot of the wingers on this board right now. That's how good I believe in Matthew Knies. And what he's done on the ice, I've seen enough to put him in that category.
No,
Yeah,
he
it's in
has
the
not
playoffs.
produced enough for that.
He was one of the best players with the Leafs against the Stanley Cup champions.
7 points in 13 games.
Him and Nylander carried that.
I'm just saying he hasn't shown like he's been
He's showing on the
excellent.
brightest.
He's
on
an
the brightest
elite
light.
talent.
Okay, then we
Yeah.
can't defend Lundell in a small sample.
He's
size.
an elite
He's
talent.
produ-
He's an elite talent, yes. But based off what he has shown, what he's done, he's not in the elite category yet. He's not.
It
You
feels
gotta
like me and Jim are
Like,
not going to get a win out of this because you guys are like, well, we're going to be there next year with you, but I'm not doing it now.
Yeah, because he's
Well,
not
are
there
you projecting
now.
or not?
I'm not
You're
projecting because I've
Kirby's
watched him
projecting.
play.
I
That's
agree
what
with
he's
Jim. I agree with Jim. It's not projecting. It's like we are.
He's not better.
We're
I'll
betting
put him
those-
in elite, but he ain't better than Verhaeghe. But
Yeah, Jim,
he's not.
I don't think
I'm
he's
gonna have
elite
post-game
yet.
shows this year where people are bitching and moaning about Verhaeghe, and then I'm like, you guys know what Matthew Knies is doing right now? It's like,
And I like Matthew Knies, but I mean, you know,
Yeah, his career years Verhaeghe's down year.
This is why that when we talked Verhaeghe, I wish there was a category between elite and above average, because this is where a lot of these
like
guys.
he's too damn high. He's too high right there.
No,
he's too high right there.
We'll put him there for right now. I'm not completely opposed to where he is, but I'm somewhere in the middle, I guess I'll say.
Well, you guys just talked about Marchenko. He doesn't have any sample size, and you guys are all.
He just put up 74 points in 70 games last year.
What did he do before that?
Doing that?
The same. He did better than Knies.
70 games. What Knies is doing right now?
Marner's gone. He was going to pass by him as a core guy there, and it's like
you can make the argument, and I'd make the argument. Marchenko's accomplished more than Knies.
Okay.
Like Marchenko was just per game, and we put him above average.
And Jim, the funny thing is, like, Knies is a Cody and Nick type of guy. Like,
I like Matthew Knies.
I like him, but he's not an elite winger right now.
I don't think some of those guys are that we have on elite that are going to.
They produced more.
Okay.
Does that make them elite?
Yes, by your production. Yes, that's how you measure it.
I don't think.
That's not everything.
You were trying to argue earlier that Nylander was better than Reinhart because he produces more. So now the production doesn't matter?
No. I'm saying the production is part of it. That's why I said the production.
And that's
the more I talk about this, the more I like Marchenko. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
That's why I wish there was like a category of, because Knies is not just above average.
Like what category do you want to put there? Not that elite?
Somewhere in the middle of elite and above average right
now. Same with Verhaeghe, same with Marchenko, same with like a couple of these guys.
With that. I agree
because these guys are just not
easy either. I get what Jim is saying, but we don't want to make it easy.
No, I know. This is why you want, like, look, I'm standing on my ground of he's an elite winger in this league. I've watched him play. I've seen him play. I've scouted the kid, watched the kid. I watched Marchenko last year. Both guys are in the same level.
Yes.
I wish we just didn't have an above average category.
Now, am I crazy to say that I think Marchenko is going to be a better player in the future, and I like Marchenko better than Knies? Because I don't think so.
I think both are on the same projection.
Yeah,
but I need to watch Marchenko more.
I like Marchenko better. But I really like
Knies enough. I watch him a lot.
Kirby's going to lean towards Knies because he's a heavier player. Marchenko's more finesse.
Marchenko's a heavier player than I think you're giving him credit for.
I'm not going to dispute that. I need to watch Marchenko more to have that.
Yeah, but the thing is like when it comes down to the production or whatever, there's no way you're putting Knies over Ehlers, Nichushkin, or
I would put Knies over Ehlers, to be honest.
He's going to be better in his career than Ehlers also.
That's projecting. Now that's projecting.
I agree with Jim. I think Knies is an incredible player with a lot of talent, and he's going to explode here soon. But
look, I know I'm losing this argument. So if you want to put him,
we're losing it, Jim. I guess
we are losing the argument. That's fine.
Right now, he's in the middle of elite and above average. Where do you think he lies? I wouldn't say elite right now.
It's like, because here's the thing. It's like what we talked about earlier with like Kaprizov. Like he's here right now, but next year, a full season, maybe another Hart Trophy nomination, he's here.
Who do we have at the lead of above average?
You want Jim? Just
do you want to do this?
We want to support it.
I'm okay with that. Okay, well then you're gonna put. I'd like.
I'll put Marchenko.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that move.
Yeah, okay. We do want to sort it within
because elite, like you gotta be at least consistent.
Since we're doing this, you almost can make the argument Ehlers drops.
Guys, we have breaking news. Yeah. David Torres approves of our rankings, Kirby.
Oh,
all right, okay.
Next up, we got Tom Wilson, and I think he's smack bang like right.
Yes, yeah, because of what he does, the intangible factor.
It's like right there, he's one of the few guys. If you let him get in your head, you are not winning any playoff series.
Look what happened against Montreal.
Above average right now, but I think we could move him down to mid.
Well, if you have Nichushkin there, I don't think you have to drop him down with Wilson.
No, like they're both the same player.
You have to drop him down.
Like I think if you put Wilson in Colorado, I think he does something similar to Nichushkin. Maybe
and those guys are ahead of Slafkovsky tier right now. That's ahead too, Jim, and I don't mind Slafkovsky.
No,
yeah, but just Slafkovsky's like. When you look back at Slafkovsky, he's going to be kind of like for his first overall pick status, you're going to look at him back kind of like the way we look at Ekblad. Kind of.
Well, the issue is though but the way Montreal took him, Montreal just threw a complete monkey wrench into that draft by taking Slafkovsky number 1, and the issue is again it's almost the
was he 22, right?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't. He shouldn't have been taken number one. They did. The issue is they probably should have let him develop a little bit more than they did.
Yeah.
But they were just letting the kids play, which I didn't have a problem with.
They like rushing their guys. Like,
well, the biggest rush was Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who should have gone back to Finland.
Yeah,
when he was drafted 3rd overall.
We got to him last week.
Like right now, gun in my head, if you're telling me if there's a redraft here, I think Logan Cooley goes number 1 now. But
yeah, because
Gauthier hasn't shown nothing yet. Shane Wright's looking to be a bust in Seattle because they can't develop anything worth a damn around him.
And the sad part is the guy that was making him good got fired.
Yeah. And Minchikov, I'm interested to see in Anaheim. And then McGroarty, I mean,
bust.
I like Biscoe in Dallas, but we'll see. And then Yuri Kulich. We'll see what happens with him.
Yeah, we'll see with that.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Mid?
I think so. I think he's at.
I love the guy. I love talking with him. I love the player.
It hurts.
I'm not gonna put a flag in like I did with Knies, where I could say above average. If he does it again next year, at this time next year, I might put him back up into that category.
55
You have to look at the point production drop and
right, but again, he went from Florida, a completely different system, which allowed him to be this offensive talent, and he had Barkov.
The highest I would have ever had Huberdeau was elite, though. Some fans are like, super, no.
Elite.
No,
he was an elite winger at 115 points with that team.
Yeah, with that team.
Yeah, but with Huberdeau last year, 28 goals, 34 assists for 62 points.
If he can get above that again, if he can get higher than 62 points.
Yeah, okay.
He needs to get his apples back up.
Marty Necas.
The light switch. I call him a light switch because
I'm not a huge fan of him.
When he's on,
when he's
on, he's on. When he's off, he's off.
100%.
I like Knies better than Necas, but is he better right now? Is the question.
Knies is better than Necas right now.
I think he is just because of postseason.
Knies. Yeah.
Like,
so you guys have him above average, eh? Above average.
Yeah, because
I think the issue is too with Necas is that what's his next contract going to be? Can he continue to produce in Colorado, and does he stay in Colorado? Like, he started to put numbers up in Carolina, but then it was like they had to make a big fuss to get Necas to play top line minutes before he got traded.
Like, he was point per game in Carolina and somehow below point per game in Colorado.
That doesn't make sense.
And he had 53 points here before 71, and then back down to 40. Just not the consistently now. Zach Hyman, I have right about here. Elite.
Yeah, that's fair. Because Zach Hyman, what he brings to that team, what he does for that team, and what he opens up for McDavid and or Draisaitl, and he can pot goal. He's not, again, I said this with Chris Kreider. I'll say the same thing with Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman is not a consistent 50-goal scorer.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. I think they're very similar players.
He had a down year this year.
David Merchant with the goals, but he does a lot of stuff.
He does so much stuff.
He might be a bit overrated on this. I'm not as high on him as some others are, but I think it's fair.
Yeah,
I think it's a fair rating.
But
considering
Edmonton, here's the thing: people like when talk about with Edmonton and the Stanley Cup Final, why they missed him. They'll be like, "Oh, they missed his goals." No, they missed the dirty work he did.
The dirty work, the stuff in front of the net, the stuff he did on the power play, the board play, getting pucks deep, getting guys open. Getting
everyone's hit appropriately.
He could go make hits. He could go get the puck. He could go dump and chase. He was a Florida Panther in Edmonton, right? Like, he played that style.
I'd love him in Florida.
Cole Caulfield.
Okay, Jim, big guy here. I'm not a Caulfield guy, but I'm going to give him his flowers. He was on the best line down the stretch, and everyone's yelling at me, even Cody. That was the best line in hockey, Jim, for the last 20 years.
You want me to be honest here? I think he's above Ehlers. I think he's right there.
Yes.
Nick, not the biggest Caulfield guy. Thoughts?
I like.
I think he's It depends on what some people think he is. Is he what? Is he? I think he's somewhere in between of what.
Hopefully he's closer to what this season was, but
NHL fan. So it's the NHL fans version of him, and then there's Montreal's version of him, and that's about as wide as a gap as you could do. I think he's. I think at his best could be somewhat what like Seth Jarvis is. I think a pretty good.
He's got such a great shot too.
A great shot. I think he's on the border edge on the end of elite, and I think as time goes on,
Caulfield will score 40.
And I think as time goes on, he'll get closer to around that middle elite tier. I think he ever gets as good as Clayton Keller, Jason Robertson.
I think there's a chance he gets to Keller. I'm not sure.
I think there's a chance he gets to Keller. Maybe not Jason.
Robertson. I don't know.
Not Robertson. No.
Verhaeghe and Caulfield are fair comparisons. I just like the more intangibles and the things that Verhaeghe brings.
I think Cole Caulfield could be a 40-goal, 75, 80-point guy.
Yeah.
Where will his best play be though, Jim? In the regular season or playoffs?
That's
my thing.
If he has a good enough shot.
Small sample, because the issue is that the Canadians just made the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to say.
But they're going to be there a lot, I think, Jim. Now
I think they're going to be there a lot. I think his best play is going to. Be honest. I think his best play is going to come in the playoffs. To be honest,
I mean,
can we talk
three goals in 5 games.
Next guy, because Cody.
Dude, trash can him. Dude, I love him.
Trash can out.
Get
the damn trash can out. I have been saying for years, this guy is a bum. He is not good. He is so overrated. He had one good year in San Jose, and everybody freaking threw the kitchen table at him when it came to assets, money. This guy is dog shit. If you ever watched him play,
I don't know if I wouldn't classify it. I don't.
Right now, these guys hate Timo Meier.
I cannot stand Timo Meier.
All right, dog shit is a little excessive.
No, overrated.
Look, I can't disagree the overrated part. I watch the guy all the time and watch him play. He does need to put his production back up. He needs to score. He was so snake bitten last year because he was he had chances to score and get his production back up, and he couldn't do it.
Well, these guys shouldn't critique him then if he's snake bitten, Jim.
No. Hold on a minute. You know what?
He can't be snake bitten 2 years in a row.
First of all, I'm not finished yet.
He can't finish.
I'll hear below mid for him. I don't think I think there's another guy that deserves more trash can coming up here than him.
No, what is Jim saying? Go ahead.
Look, so I've seen him play. Again, we've talked about the whole package, right? Not just the production, because his production was down, way down. Needs to be a lot better for New Jersey because they do not have another scoring winger, which they need, and which I've been on my high horse about and been saying for 2 years. And the rest of the beat reporters have finally caught up about this. Yes, I will say it on this channel because I've been ahead of this on this topic for years. Meier's intangibles, big body, what he can do, physical. He does all those things that Hyman does. He just can't score. Now, do I think he's in a trash can? Based on the last couple of years, yes. I could put him in a below mid because I've watched him play, and I think he's about to produce again. But I have zero problem where he is right now.
I gotta put guys there now.
Can I just say,
yes,
Jim? Ask Kirby. How long have I been talking shit about Timo Meier?
Well, almost as long as I've known you for content.
Okay.
You're half 2 years.
I think this guy, when he got traded from San Jose, I'm like, this guy's career high 76, and then he signed that long-term deal after. He wasn't great when he got to New Jersey originally.
Well, I mean, like, let's be honest.
And I gave him that.
Of a season, like.
I gave him that. But when they signed him to that deal.
You expect more.
Everybody's talking, this is a steal. This is a steal.
No.
I'm like.
You know what's a steal?
What the hell are you talking about?
You know what's a steal? Jack Hughes at $8 million. That's
more of a steal.
That's a steal.
Timo Meier, was he making 8.8?
He's the highest paid forward on the team.
He is making more money.
Wait, he's the highest paid forward on the team.
Yes.
He's making more money, everybody, than Sam Reinhart.
Yes, I think he's got like 8. I think he gets 8.5.
Okay. And whether you like it or not, Jim.
The last 2 years, he has not eclipsed 30 goals. He has not eclipsed 30 goals, and he hasn't even gotten to 55 points. you watch him, Jim. He might do some of that other stuff. I look at his game, and I sometimes think the size is being wasted.
Oh, his size is definitely being wasted.
You know what?
The system he plays in, the system they try to play, they're not getting him the puck enough. Like it's very, very tough to see Timo Meier where he is because of how much hype there was around him in San Jose that year that he was putting up those goals.
Well, I just think I sometimes see wasted size with Timo Meier. He does have some bite to his game, sure, but you think a lot.
I hate wasted size. Like,
more of an impact player.
Wasted talent.
I just think I've never been a fan of his game. I thought he was a good top 6 forward for San Jose when they had the talent around him.
And the guy the Devils have yet to reproduce, replicate, or replace on this team is a guy that's in San Jose right now, Tyler Toffoli.
Yeah. So I think that when you take a look at Timo Meier, I think for a while he's been the most overrated player in the NHL. When he signed the deal, that might be why I'm so hard on him because
it's the deal. No, it's the deal. It's fair because it's the same reason I get on Darnell Nurse.
Right.
Darnell Nurse is not a great defenseman at $9.5 million.
At 6,
I think you take a look at the production, Jim.
Exactly. At $6 million, he's fine. But I don't blame the player because management gave him that deal.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like the Seth Jones conundrum. Like for us, like $9.5 million for Seth Jones is crazy, but 7 is perfect.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And even that was too much for people. I'm just not a fan of Timo Meier. I think sometimes, number one, I know you'll use the term snake bet, and I think it reminds me a lot of Jesse Puljujarvi, how he couldn't finish to save his life.
I think I would take Timo Meier over Jesse.
Yeah, I think Timo Meier's a better player. Jesse
Puljujarvi had a higher pedigree.
But Jesse Puljujarvi had a higher pedigree. But
he also got drafted way too high.
Yeah.
There's a similarity there between these two players, I think. I think Timo Meier is a higher end version of Jesse Puljujarvi.
Okay, I want to jump in executive decision, moving along a little bit here, Cody. I want to put Brady Tkachuk in between Panarin and Robertson, and I want to put Philip Forsberg at the beginning of the league.
Executive decision denied.
Wah, wah, wah.
Right. Brady Tkachuk is at the front end of the elite.
I put him in superstar.
He ain't there yet.
How has Jason Robertson done more than Brady Tkachuk?
100-point year, twice I think, like close to it.
I agree with Cody on that. I agree with Cody on that on Brady Tkachuk because I watch a lot of Ottawa Senators games. Brady's right there.
He's almost there. He's
almost. He's like right there. He's right there.
Okay, Brady at the very front of elite, followed by
Yeah,
Forsberg.
like that's
just do that. We'll move those guys in there.
Am I crazy to think I prefer? I like Keller over Forsberg.
Okay, fine. I'm not.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Wait, give me a second here.
Brady.
I think I go Forsberg over Keller because I think once again, like what was Keller?
Take a look.
Brady and Forsberg are right next to each
Keller just hit 90 points last year.
Philip Forsberg's age, I think he's kind of
he's got sample.
But then we're projecting again.
No, I think Keller has already they're very close. I
think without Philip Forsberg, the Nashville Predators offense doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Even with the guys that they have now.
I think Keller's a better all-around player.
Cody, move them in, please.
Like I don't know why we had to freaking do all that for this.
Because I'm just I'm seeing it. I'm mapping it out here. Forsberg. Right
Can we get to him?
Yeah, well.
All right, who's this next guy?
You guys aren't changing your mind on it.
Next guy's Travis Konechny.
You guys have a lot to say, all of you, on him.
He's in my division. I think Konechny's a good player.
I think he's here.
This is going to get where is he?
I think he's a little
overrated. Jarvis between Jarvis and
I think he's a little overrated with the best on best situation, but he's there with Jarvis. I like Jarvis more, Cody.
Yeah, but I think that's what's
against better than Jarvis.
I'm a Jarvis.
I like Konechny because he's more I guess because
I get Jarvis. You don't get him anymore, Cody. I own Jarvis then in the community. If you're saying you want,
how about this? Draft him in fantasy then.
I'm ready to draft him. I know, and don't take him.
You never draft him. I draft him.
You know what he does, Cody? No, when he does, he trades him.
Wait. I have a favorite. Then, if we're putting executive decisions, since I'm a guest here, Can we put Where would you guys put Jesper Bratt?
I'm super high on him. I'm as high on him as
elite. That's where I would put him too. I put Jesper Bratt in elite. Okay.
Listen to this stat. Listen to this stat, Jim. 29 points in wins against playoff teams this past season. He's up there with Mitch Marner, Kucherov, Kyle Connor, David Pasternak. You look at these numbers I have at the bottom of the screen here. He's in all of these categories almost, Jim, or right there.
Yeah, like
okay.
I have a problem with. And Jim, you could speak to this more. Some of the playoff.
Look at the primary assist.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, he needs him.
Perimeter,
Hughes,
too much of a perimeter player.
All those, not Heischer so much. Hughes and Bratt need to step their game up in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Well, I think they're perimeter.
And look, I'll say it here because I said it on a show that I did on my channel when we were talking about guys the Devils needed to add. They're like the Canadians of years past. They're too small.
Yeah.
And that let me tell you something. That ticked the fan base off.
It does. Hey, Jim, I am totally with you there. I have gone at New Jersey, called them frauds in the past. But I don't use this word lightly, Jim. When I watch Jesper Bratt, he pops.
No, he does pop. No, he does pop. He's a good player, but they're winger. Everybody's just too small.
Mm-hmm. It's too much alike, but I don't think that's his problem. But you look at
it's not his fault. But the forward group's just too small.
Yeah. But I think the more I watch this guy, the more I buy into him. And like Cody's like, this is not really your type of guy, but it just turned the game on him. Just like, this guy stands out.
Look what he did against Florida last year.
Yep, exactly. He was one of the best players on the ice against Florida. That
pass to Jack Hughes was unbelievable.
But his speed and stuff is just next level. We talk about skating in this league. This guy he flies.
So at Four Nations, somebody was asking Ricard Raquel about which Swedish teammate, talent he would want or skill. He's like Jesper Bratt speed.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
So
and I think he can stand up best on best.
Next up here,
a
guy who really jumped off the page for Tampa this year, Brandon Hagel.
Oh, love Hagel.
You gotta do elite, and I hate this guy.
I'm right here with.
Devil killer. Guy shows up, delivers. Awesome,
by the way,
big season.
You know how many points he had in the playoffs, Jim?
How many? Yeah, he didn't show up in the playoffs.
I mean,
but he did show up at Four Nations. And
he did elbow our captain in the face when he thought he touched the puck and didn't.
I mean, there was a lot of bad blood in that series.
And then Ekblad phenomenal forearms him right in the face. So.
I mean, that was a great series. I'm not gonna lie, phenomenal to watch. Like, loved it. So,
like, I still think it's so funny. Ekblad elbows him. And then ties the game.
Well, the best to go back, I think it was Datsuk years ago when Detroit played Nashville and they were still in the West or whatever. Shea Weber, like WWE turnbuckles Datsuk's face right into the boards and no penalty. I'm like, come on, what are we doing?
Like it's so funny. But next up, this guy, Alexander Ovechkin.
Man, still elite shot. I mean,
he's better than Caulfield.
Talk about a guy hard to rank,
because he's getting up there in age. I mean,
he's better than Caulfield. Guys,
he's better than Caulfield.
So,
100% he's better than Caulfield. But like
the greatest goal scorer of our time, 44 goals last year.
I don't know if he's gonna do it again.
I'm not projecting. I got to go with what I've seen.
I know. I'm just making a statement. I don't know if he's gonna score 40 again.
Kucherov's peak, Ovechkin's peak is Ovechkin.
I agree, Cody. I agree. Yes, Cody.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm disparaging him.
Can I also say I think Jarvis could be better than Hyman already, if not.
Not right now.
Ovechkin's peak versus Kucherov's peak. Who do you guys have 1-2? Like a summer ranking.
Ovechkin.
Kucherov.
I'd
listen to either side.
Kucherov because number one, Kucherov, Ovechkin, and we're talking postseason as well.
Yeah, just a summer ranking.
Ovechkin.
I'm not talking all-time Hall of Fame.
Kucherov.
Right? Kucherov. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Ovechkin because that guy right there, like Kucherov can make all the guys around him better.
But the last 2 years in the playoffs, he's disappeared.
He hasn't scored a goal in the last 2 years in the playoffs.
Alex Ovechkin isn't even a point per game.
I know, But but nothing beats the summer of Ovi. So
yeah, that postseason he was a man possessed.
He was a man possessed.
Cody favors the 2010s too much because that's where he's from, and Ovechkin does come into that bias.
Listen, one of the best passes I've ever seen.
Who would you pick, Kirby?
Joe Sakic, I can put up there. With
Kirby, who would you pick over Kucherov or Ovechkin, Kirby?
I might lean Ovechkin, but I'll listen to people.
You want to know why I lean Ovechkin? Better leader. Kucherov's not a leader. That's why Tampa.
That was a question for a long time. Cody.
That's why Tampa's struggling now. They don't have a leader in that locker room.
I agree, Kirby. People forget Ovechkin couldn't win with Ovechkin
until a bad trash showed up.
Until he showed up. So I mean,
right.
But
Mitch Marner can't win, and then if he wins next year, then it's all bullshit, right?
Hey, Brett Hull couldn't win.
Jim, you better not be right, Jim. You better not be on the...
But unlike those, Ovechkin didn't have to leave his team to go win. So Ovechkin.
That's true.
Yeah, but he had an owner there that kept him there over.
And the one thing, and this guy's most underrated, one of the more underrated centers in history, Nicholas Backstrom.
Oh, Backstrom, dude, that one
of the best passes I've ever seen. Game 5, Vegas, Washington.
Oh, unbelievable!
Like saucer on the tape, back of the net. Like Backstrom to me is so underappreciated. Like Kuznetsov, that playoff run though could have won the Conn Smythe.
Dude, Kuznetsov was a man possessed, especially in that Pittsburgh series.
Oh yeah, and then Burakovsky had some big goals, and then
who else had big goals?
Devontae Smith-Pelly.
Devontae Smith-Pelly had huge goals for them. So, all right, who's up?
Andrei Svechnikov. Very overrated, by the way.
I think would it be despair? I mean, I wrote on
above average.
I was gonna say above average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Originally I let it lean towards mid, but I'm like, I wrote about this guy. I said he's the only one that's producing for Carolina. That would not be a good look for me.
Yeah, but here's the problem though. He was like their leading goal scorer versus like going into the series with us.
Yeah.
He had 0 shots the first 3 games versus us.
That entire team had no shots in the first 3 games.
Like I remember, I think my favorite memory from that postseason was like their fans chanting "shoot the puck."
Yeah, because they couldn't shoot the puck. First 2 series, they shot the lights out.
And the next 2, they were
not good.
It's something here. But next up, I'm high on this guy, Adrian Kempe.
I don't think he's better than. I put him between Hagel and Keller.
I don't know if I'm putting him that high.
Oh, I think he's better. Yeah,
I think he's gonna lead.
I mean, between Hagel and Ovechkin. Between Hagel and Ovechkin.
I do between Ovechkin and Hyman.
Fine, I'll do that.
That's fair.
Because he was one of the few guys that showed up for LA in that Edmonton series.
He was the only guy that showed up.
He killed Edmonton.
Guys, points per game, Kempe led the NHL. I know it's one series, but there it is, 1.6.
Yeah, but he was killing Edmonton.
So Jordan Kyrou, I think I like him better than I like Cole Caulfield.
I think I like Caulfield better than I like Kyrou.
I might say Caulfield, but I'm not a big fan of either. I told Jim.
I'm a big fan of Kyrou.
Really?
So I was talking with guys at the final, and we were like, the way Jordan Kyrou played in the playoffs, I know he had some coach issues, but Montgomery got him back on track. The way he produced against Winnipeg, he was one of the best players for the Blues in that series. But I don't know if I'm putting him in the elite category yet.
I'm not.
I might put him at the front end of above average.
Well, then if we're going to put him in the front end of above average, then you got to put Caulfield down.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think
then you got to put Caulfield.
Yeah, I'm with Caulfield down.
I can move. That's fine with me. I have no problem with that because I think Caulfield it has a chance to be elite. With another
he's really
season.
close to it.
Dylan Gunther, I think he's
average.
Right where above average.
Really
I think more around that Marchenko Knies.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say.
I think he's
I would have Knies ahead, so it'd probably Jim, right? But we both like Gunther.
I would wait. Are we putting him behind Knies?
I was gonna put him above Knies.
Yeah, I would too.
I think if you're gonna put him above Knies. But I think if you're going to do that, then I think you should move Marchenko behind Knies and put them both in front of Gunther.
I agree. I think Knies higher.
Okay, that's fair.
Is that fair?
Yes,
All right.
but then I think you need to put Natchez above Ehlers.
No, I'll put Natchez here.
No.
I think you got to put Natchez above Ehlers, dude.
No, they're the same player.
I think that's fair right there. That's fair. That's fair. I have no problem with that.
Like Natchez and Ehlers to me are the same player.
Yeah, that's fine.
Chris Kreider.
I mean, mid.
We gotta have someone here.
My opinion on
Mid.
Below mid.
We gotta have someone there.
I think that's fair.
Stankoven mid right now.
Mid right now, I think he's projected to be above average to elite.
On the front end of mid.
I think Lucas Raymond is on the back end of elite.
He is close. I'm a big Lucas Raymond fan.
I love Lucas Raymond.
I think these next two guys are an elite. I think Raymond and Fiala are an elite.
Listen, I don't think Fiala's elite. Not anymore.
When you're talking about Detroit, this guy right here is a big, like, their main offensive cog. Like, he is driving that team offensively. At Four Nations, he looked damn good, best on best.
Lucas Raymond's that one half of the first half of the Terror Twins.
I think he's about here or here.
Cody's upset if I put him in above average. That would be upsetting.
Yes, I think because
I think Lucas Raymond is elite right now.
Yeah. He went from 57 points in sophomore slump 45, then 72, then 80 points.
Jim, who are you taking on your team right now tomorrow? Knies or Raymond? I'm going.
I mean, I'd still take Matthew Knies.
There's no way you guys are like this. Starting a team, it's Lucas Raymond any day of the week.
Now I'm gonna say
no. So here's the thing: I love Lucas Raymond.
Up in Four Nations, but Raymond did.
I love what Lucas Raymond brings to the team. I love his production. I'm a Matthew Knies guy, but there's no wrong answer who you're starting a team with, in my opinion.
It's Raymond, bar none.
That's your opinion, and I have no issue with that. That's your choice.
Like the biggest thing for me is Raymond can create with others with the puck on his stick.
How many playoff games has Detroit been in?
0, but he's been the main reason. He's been the main reason why.
They're the only reason they lost the time for Raymond's the only reason they lost the tiebreaker to Washington.
Like
they were in that position the year that they tied with points and didn't get in.
Yeah, like
Kirby. I'm just gonna say this: you put Matthew Knies in Lucas Raymond's position. What do you think he's doing? He ain't doing what Lucas Raymond's doing. Come on.
In Detroit?
Yeah, be for real.
Yeah, yes. Put Knies on any team, Jim.
Put him on Seattle. Let's see what he does.
No, he's not doing. Nobody's doing shit.
Matthew Knies is playing with Austin Matthews.
Let's be honest. Like Cody and Nick, let's be honest. We put any of these guys on Seattle, they ain't doing shit.
That's an easy side.
Okay, you put Matthew Knies on Detroit, he ain't getting 80 points the way freaking Raymond
He didn't get enough apples.
There's no way. If you put Lucas Raymond with Austin Matthews, though, well, what do you think?
Lucas Raymond's a 100-point player if you put Lucas Raymond with Austin Matthews. Raymond plays with Larkin in Detroit?
Yeah.
I mean, Knies could probably put up the same production.
Larkin and DeBrincat.
Knies could get the same production.
No, not enough apples.
Not enough apples. He could get more.
Fiala.
That was a wild take, Nick. You said elite.
For who?
I like Fiala, but elite, no. Like, Fiala's not better than the Caulfield range there, and
what?
Yeah, like in that range.
You're overrating Cole Caulfield, dude.
I dropped.
You're going off one. You're going off a stretch of the regular season. They were the best line down the stretch, so they were good for 25, 30 games. So we're gonna just let that.
No, but I'm gonna say Caulfield has moved his way up. I will say that.
He's not better than Fiala. Just because Cole Caulfield had a good 30, 35 games, we gotta pump the brakes here a little bit on that.
I mean, I think Adrian Kempe's past Kevin Fiala.
Yes.
I don't disagree.
You know what? I'm seeing the way this list is turning out. I'll knock Verhaeghe down to above average.
Thank you. Okay. I think me and Jim like that.
Because
the issue is like I've said before when we've talked about it, there's so many guys that could
He's an elite like game breaker.
Like it's like the elite above average is like there should be something in between. And that's what like these front end guys are.
Rename it.
No, don't rename it. No.
Here's what I'll do. Like almost elite.
I mean, that's a cop out for me. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to stay with it?
Just stay with above average. That's your category.
because it's like like a lot of these wingers, like we like our mixed bag of these.
They clump together compared to the defense.
I think Verhaeghe's elite. I also think Fiala's elite. So
pay attention to
we didn't talk about
to our if you're ever listening to this, like listen to more. Like it's more about where they are compared to the guys around them than the tier they're in themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Kevin Fiala be an elite winger since his days in Minnesota.
Like,
that's just my opinion.
I'll put him front end of above average because I do think he's better than Verhaeghe.
I think Verhaeghe's better than him.
Flip him.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. All right.
I think Verhaeghe's elite.
Jonathan Marchessault.
Man,
tough one to grade here.
I think he's like above Nichushkin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100% on that. I mean, there were times Jonathan Marchessault was an elite winger.
He's legit the only guy for Nashville that was as advertised. Like,
and it took him to getting in the fight with the coach to be advertised.
Yeah, like here's the thing, he's been a 50, 60 point guy. He's only making 5.5, which is what they're getting paid. So it was the only fair contract that they gave out that year with like Stammer and Shea. So
that contract shit.
You can ask Kirby about it. What I said on it. I think he's about here. Wait, no, not there.
No,
here.
That's fair.
For
me, I mean, I love Jonathan Marchessault, but like I don't know if he's higher than those guys.
I think he's right around where Nichushkin and Wilson are, because if you're going by playoffs, does similar things.
I mean, if you're going by playoff, Jonathan Marchessault won the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Yeah, like that's the same thing we had with our center list.
All Montreal voters, Jim.
And Superman's asked, where would you put the late Johnny Gaudreau? I would have put him like on tail end of elite.
Oh, 100%. I would have 100% put him tail end of elite. If not, you know what?
Yeah.
I might have put him front end of superstar. I mean, front end of elite.
Front end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Front end of elite because of just what he can do.
Yeah, I got him in that Forsberg tier probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that front end.
Like on that Gaudreau front, that Lindholm Kachuk Gaudreau line was electric.
Oh my god, electric. That's why I was looking so forward to seeing what Monahan Gaudreau was gonna be like.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like Lindholm got paid off of that line.
I know he did. Well, yes. Boston was gonna pay him no matter what.
Yeah, and people were like, like Kachuk was the benefactor of that line. Nope, it was Lindholm.
No, it was Lindholm.
Yeah, but next up, Drake Batherson.
Cody decided to put him on, but it was a hard one.
I'd probably put him
somewhere in the mid to.
If he's mid, he's like front end of it.
Is he? Okay, and I like.
I like Batherson, but he's got he's one of those guys that got to stay healthy too.
I really think again we're overrating Tom Wilson.
What do you think he's?
I think if we're gonna put Batherson there, I think Tom Wilson. He had his career high in points last year was 60. The guy's a 30.
But that's not how his game is defined completely.
So, well, Kirby, then why do you? Well, it's okay, the same thing with Sam Bennett, then, Kirby. If you're gonna put Tom Wilson, what you're doing, then you have to be more lenient on Sam.
Well,
Bennett.
That's why I have an issue with the Athletics saying that the Sam Bennett contract is one of the worst contracts in the league. You're not paying Sam Bennett to produce in the regular season.
Yeah, but then if we're moving down Wilson, we need to move down to Nichushkin.
I just want to say, you didn't let me finish my point, Nick. Tom Wilson, best player for the Capitals against Carolina, wasn't even close.
And they lost in 5 games.
A lot of their guys didn't show up, like I told you.
Well, McMichael took steps back. Dylan Strome wasn't.
And let's be right, Logan Thompson was a shiv.
Had a rough series
in that net.
Kirby, if you think Tom Wilson is going to replicate that career high season that he just had, he has never had a year like that.
I don't think Tom Wilson's going to do that again.
It's a good year. It's a good year. I mean, I just think you're overrating the intangibles with him. Not saying he's not a good player, but in the realm of players, I can't believe I'm being
called out for overrating Cole Caulfield and now Tom Wilson. I'm like,
you are. I'm not really sure what happened to you this episode.
I don't think Cody and Jim want to talk Cole Caulfield down anymore.
Let's wait a second, because here's the thing. It's just like with Wilson, the intangibles in the postseason, like Batherson, like because here's the thing, we have maybe I think we have one
eyeballing it.
2, 3. I think we got 4 more elite wingers coming up here.
So you're gonna move, like I said, we're gonna move Wilson out of above average.
We're
going
gonna
to
be moving there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen.
All right, let's see. Who's next?
Buchnevich, I have him above average.
Yeah.
Where I have no clue.
I would have him more at the front end of mid, Nick.
I like Buchnevich. Do you think he's better than Marchessault, Cody?
I think he's.
I think you have to move Wilson down.
Okay, move Wilson. Do it. Okay.
I'll move Wilson and Nichushkin down. I think.
Yeah, you have to.
Because Nichushkin's regular season numbers aren't that great either.
No. And I agree with Nick. I don't know if Wilson's going to have a career year. It's hard to put back-to-back career seasons together.
I mean, shoot, we'll see.
Well, if Dylan Strom's going to play like he did last year, then yeah, Tom Wilson will have another.
I don't know that though. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys had a career years.
50, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they miss playoffs next year because of that.
Who? Washington? I think Columbus takes them out. I think Columbus takes that spot.
I'm willing to live with that.
Because
I think Washington's going to be a wild card team if they get in.
Yeah, because 2 teams always that made the playoffs the year before missed the next year.
So Cody's picking Washington.
It's Washington or one of Ottawa, Montreal.
Oh,
it's one of those 2.
Well, if I'm looking at the list we got going on here, just real quick, I think we have at 2 in elite, maybe 3, but I think 2 in elite and 2 more in above average.
All right, Besser.
Maybe 3. 4. Oh wow.
I'm a big Brock Besser guy. I've always been a big Brock Besser guy. I think
if he plays in that Game 7, Vancouver beats Edmonton, and I'll stand
100%. I mean, look what he did against Nashville in that the series beforehand. Nashville probably should have won it, except for the hat trick by Besser.
I think he's a good player.
So do I. I'm very high on Brock Besser. That's why I was so surprised he stayed in Vancouver. But again, another team. What are we doing?
And again, he was really good. A lot of people. That playoff run with Vancouver.
I think he's better than Konechny and Jarvis.
Yes, he is.
You think he's elite?
Yes.
I have him in that Konechny Jarvis realm, Nick.
But he's right around here.
Yeah, he's right around.
I'm taking him over Konechny because
I will.
So do you guys think he's on Team USA?
Yes.
I
think so. Me personally, yes. Do I? Because he's a. How do I phrase this nicely without getting in trouble from?
No, are you going to say the same thing you did with Laine for Finland?
No, it's not the same thing. No, it's not that. I like what Brock Besser brings in the big moments.
Oh,
that's fair. I think it's a Carter Verhaeghe type thing.
Yes, because he can prove in the big moment that he can score and deliver the goal. That
I would put Besser and Verhaeghe very close. I think Verhaeghe's elite.
So if we're gonna put Verhaeghe at above average, do we put Besser at the front end of it too?
I think Verhaeghe and Besser are very close.
They're the same caliber player.
But I would take Besser over Konechny though.
So then why don't you move Konechny down?
I would take Jarvis over Konechny. I think Jarvis is higher up than.
Would you put Konechny down to above average?
I would.
And then move Verhaeghe up with
yeah.
And then if you want to put Jarvis over Besser, that's fine. But I think Besser and Verhaeghe are very close there.
Now some people might fight on this if Konechny makes.
No, these are both my guys. I'm gonna do this.
That's fair.
That's fair. I agree with that, Cody. Alex Tuck, another guy you could argue an elite.
Above average.
Buffalo's so bad.
I think he's right here.
Yeah, I think that's where he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tyler Bertuzzi.
Trash can.
That's why Cody nominated him.
Bingo.
He was such a good player.
I think Alex DeBrincat is the most overrated player in the NHL.
Oh, wow. I want to talk about Caulfield. I think DeBrincat is lesser value and more overrated than what Caulfield's now doing in Montreal. DeBrincat, what are you doing here?
Where do you want him?
People were talking about you 4 years ago.
Where do you want him?
I remember when people were talking about we should trade Reinhardt for him.
Below mid.
I remember that. I remember that.
Remember
That
when
was
people
so
were saying we should
stupid.
trade Reinhart for DeBrincat?
So stupid.
Wow.
Could you believe that? I'm like, please no.
All right.
I would have Mika and DeBrincat pretty low, guys.
I think DeBrincat's mid.
Let me suck here. Let me just.
I think he's better than Ninchuskin, but I also think I think he's better than Marshall.
I think we're underrating him now looking at his stuff.
I think DeBrincat's such a good. I think what he did in Ottawa, what
78,
he's done in Detroit,
66, 67, 70. That's not below mid.
above. That's above average, man.
I think he's over fine, but then you put him at the tail end of above average.
I think he's a very polarizing guy.
I think he's above Marshall, so.
Yeah, and I think
Very
that's
polarizing.
a fair spot. But we're gonna move Marshall. So then Matt Boldy, elite. If we're putting Seth Jarvis, elite.
Matt Boldy's definitely elite winger, 100%, 100.
And I'd put him around. You're not. I think I'd put him above Besser and Verhage, right around.
Not right now.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to do it again. I would put Boldy and Knies kind of in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, except Boldy actually produces.
You can have both those guys.
I don't know, Cody. I think Boldy's right there with.
I think Boldy. Okay, here we go, Jim. Boldy and Knies, those can be American heroes.
Yeah, and Boldy's exactly what you guys think Knies is right now.
That'll get if they score a golden goal. Kirby's gonna get up and cheer.
Look, you can ask them. I think I was the only guy that had Matthew Boldy in the Four Nations roster last year. I was the only one out of the three of us.
Matt Boldy, good player. Love
You
Matt
might have
Boldy.
been. I'd have to go look, but that's not a disparaging remark on Boldy.
Michkov should be.
No, that was before. Michkov mid because
mid because he's not here. I haven't seen enough.
And then
right there.
Mark Stone should be elite. I think he's
Where
right
in the elite category there? Ahead of Ovechkin, behind him?
Ahead of Ovechkin.
Yes. Actually, might be ahead of Hagel, to be honest.
Oh, I have ahead of Hagel.
Right here?
That. What do you think, Nick?
What do you have above Keller?
I think you want my honest opinion.
I think he's here.
I think he's right there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Mark Stone's there when he's healthy, 100%.
Yeah, when healthy, I think he's. You could argue better than like Brady Tkachuk. Even like at some points, like I'd take him over Robertson.
But he has enough sample size over Kaprizov where you put Stone, people like, yeah, that's fair because you trust in what he's.
It's like the Reinhart thing. It's like
It's just
you think we're a little high on Reinhart there at 5, hey? It could be a Panther. Cool.
If we're too high, it's like a one-spot switch.
It's a one-spot switch if you.
I think it's a rotation between Reinhart, Nylander, Tkachuk, Marner.
It doesn't matter. I have no issue with the top 5 because the guys after we can all make arguments for to be in that 5th spot.
Yeah, I thought that was the interesting spot. And you got to make a cutoff point to kind of differentiate your list.
Yeah, I mean, I think where you have it, I think is fair. If you ask guys around the league who their top 5 would be, there's going to be a rotation of the 5th because I think the first 4 everybody's having. I think there's going to be arguments for Reinhart. There'll be arguments for Nylander. There'll be arguments for Marner. There'll be arguments for Matthew Tkachuk.
I actually think it depends whether or not if they're Canadian or Swedish.
Yeah, I mean, but I think if you ask the right guys, I think everybody will give you the same top 4. And I think everybody starts with Kucherov.
Yeah, because if you ask certain players, they're going to try and talk up their teammates or whatever.
Right, exactly. So
I'm surprised you guys with the Forsberg, Panarin, and Brady Tkachuk thing again. I'm surprised that wasn't pushed up a little bit further with a Mitch Marner, for example, at number 8 or 9. At the highest, I would have him.
The issue for me with Panarin is as good as he's been with the Rangers, he's not the guy that he was in Chicago and or Columbus.
Oh, I really liked him in Chicago. Huge up.
No, but I think the year Columbus made that round, the second round of the playoffs, when they had all those guys there, Panarin really carried that team. Right now, all the years the Rangers have lost in the playoffs, their top guys disappear when they play tough teams to play against, that tough teams that play good defense.
Yeah, and they were again the Boston thing too, Cody. I'm surprised on the Panarin front, you and Nick didn't kind of defend that a little bit more. They've been good teams, and the Rangers very good,
very good teams. They've been in positions to
maybe not. Nick doesn't like.
Yeah, but the problem is they've been really good teams, but he's never been. I never feel like he's been the best player.
I just thought you would add him higher, Cody.
No. Here's the problem I have with the Panarin. They've been in positions. They have had conference finals leads.
twice
in the last 4 years. And they had Tampa Bay on the ropes.
2-0.
They were about to go up 3-0.
2-0. Oh, and then they had a chance to go up 3-0. Didn't happen.
And I think they had the lead in that game.
They did.
If I'm not mistaken.
They did.
And a thing we didn't comment on, guys, with the Russian factor, like Kaprizov, Panarin, we talked about the goalies before a few weeks ago. They don't have the opportunity here, but I don't think Panarin would necessarily shine. He might shrink in that situation. So.
Let's be honest. The last time NHL, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, and please don't take this the wrong way. When Russia was there with the NHL players, the Canadians and the Americans, the Swedes were all better than they were.
I try to tell our community this. They talk about Russia like it's the 70s here against Canada, Jim. They haven't shown up.
They haven't shown up.
World junior level. But at best on best professional level, they simply haven't.
No. When Russia's always a threat at the World Juniors. Yes. 100%. But the way the American program has come along, United States development program. The United States is past the Russians. The Canadians are the best right now. Like, it's clear. But Team USA is right there. Yep. But the Swedes and the Finns are tough teams to play against.
Professional hockey could be Russia.
The Finns are going to be on the down low about 5 or 6 years because they can't develop anyone worth a damn anymore.
Not in offensively, no.
No.
It's defensively, they have great defensive players.
All their guys are just like, that's a pretty good two-way winger. Like,
yeah.
Everyone talks up the Russian factor when it comes to the dynamic forwards and the goaltend. You can only play one
they lost,
at a time.
I believe when they play Slovakia at the World Juniors, it seems like they've lost the last couple of times they've played when Russia's been allowed to play.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like the thing is, it's
and
just
the Czechs. We forget about the Czechs.
Yeah, that program.
And I wonder where Germany's going to be pretty soon, because they are developing some guys down there. I mean, you have Stützle, Draisaitl, Seider. It's a good start.
I was talking them up. Maybe he's seeing some guys in that grassroots.
Paterka's there.
Yep, I forgot about Paterka.
Wow. Any goalies?
Grubauer.
That's
again, like that's still a solid name.
Bring him out.
But Grubauer's good in a best on best because he was really good for Seattle in that one postseason.
Yeah.
It could be because he was playing his former team, but still, you can't discredit that.
But he was good in the second round when they lost to Dallas too.
They took him to 7. That team was.
But also, what was it? Seattle had like 20 guys that had 10 plus goals or more. That was hard to replicate.
And I still can't believe they fired Hackstall 1 year after that. I don't get that.
Because they don't know what they're doing out there. They haven't known what they're doing since the expansion draft, or they would have put a better team together.
Yeah, because they were asking too high on like the guys they would take those bad contracts from. And then that's when they really should have done it, because flat cap era, those guys you probably could have got a couple firsts for some bad contracts.
Yeah.
Like, it's just but this list, I mean, some of these wingers were very hard to rank because, like, the gap.
He's not going to be mad at us. Maybe not.
No, I don't think a lot of guys.
They're always mad at us.
Everybody's mad at something.
Everybody's going to get mad at us.
Everybody's going to get mad at something. But I think the list is fine.
David Torres approves, so that's how we know.
Okay, if David approves, then we're good.
Yeah, but David wanted like Sam Bennett, like friggin' superstar center. So I mean.
But anyway,
hold on. Before we go, we got to wrap with Jim here, and I also want to show that Kainsworth thing at the end there. It's in.
But I do have to say, for everybody who forgot, please remember, if you'd like to win this Jonah Gadjovich JSA certified signed photo, you have to go to our Peter Worrell episode, be subscribed to the channel, and make sure you're a public subscriber. Like the video and comment, and make sure we can you comment something, a way we can get a hold of you, because one of the Eric Poole, what's his name again, Kirby?
Yeah, B. Ralston.
We're not able to get in contact with him, so we're gonna have to reach out. So make sure you put some form of way we can communicate with you there. And that's on the Worrell episode, the Peter Worrell episode.
Especially when you did a check-in.
On this one, we're going to be giving away 2 pairs of the Hobby Card Show tickets, which is at the Broward County Convention Center on August 23rd and 24th. 2 pairs of tickets.
Ryan Lawburn will be there. Brad Marchand.
Yes, Brad Marchand.
Dairy Queen.
We'll all be there. And so if you want to have a chance to win a pair of those tickets, make sure you do the same thing here. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment on this video that you're entering the giveaway and some way of contact.
And one more thing, Cody, on Caneswear before we wrap with Jim.
Caneswear is has announced a public signing with none other than the greatest goaltender in Panther history, Sergei Bobrovsky.
No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going to say Clemenson.
No, hey, Scotty Clemenson's my guy.
Also, thank you.
No Bob slander.
He will be in the house on September 21st from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Tickets are extremely limited. Go click that link on that tweet below for the tickets. And
and shout out to Caneswear. They are the ones that helped set us up with these signed photos. This is the first of 4 we're going to be doing. So shout out to Caneswear.
Other things as well. Yeah.
A bunch of some other stuff too. So special thank you to Caneswear for helping us facilitate these.
But before we go, Jim, appreciate you being here with us today. Where can everyone follow? You're busy during the offseason. You're not just doing hockey. You're doing football, wrestling. You're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
SummerSlam's in 4 hours.
That's good. I don't have the pre-show on way too long. You can get me at Jim Biringer, Twitter. That's my handle. You get me there. Full Press Hockey up on YouTube. That's where I have all my clips and stuff. NHL rumors as well. TheRGMedia, check me out. Best place to get me is on Twitter, of course. If you guys want to follow some fun nightcap recap, also on Instagram. And my personal Instagram is JerseyJim33, just for some fun. If you guys want to see what my adventures are like on my my bicycle, because I like to go riding on the weekends.
And rollerblading too.
Yes.
And
I'm in Canada. That Jim.
And if you guys want to see any rants on the Dallas Cowboys,
right here.
Me, or not from Kirby, or not from Caesar.
Are you a Cowboy guy too?
I am not a Cowboy guy. I like pro football. However, Jerry Jones just gives me a lot of content, and he's the ringleader of the biggest circus in town.
If you had to pick a team, though, you're a Giants guy.
I am a Giants guy.
Okay.
Talk about a circus. Anyway,
not anymore. Jerry's got that.
Hey, better question: is Eli a Hall of Famer?
No,
not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
But he's second ballot.
Thank you. You heard it. You heard it, Cody. You heard it.
Fifth
He's
ballot?
a Hall of Famer.
Okay, that's the answer I'm looking for, Kirby.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah,
he will get in.
Fumbling the extra point.
He will get in.
What is the Hall of Fame turning into, man?
The Hall of Very Good.
Very good.
Yeah. Too bad Tony Romo's in the Hall of Just Good.
No, none of that.
None of that slander.
For a guy that's big on playoff performance, you sure love a guy that never showed up in it.
I defend Roberto Luongo, Cody, as well. So.
Yeah, at least he made it to the finals.
Corey Schneider should have been in the net for against Boston.
Oh,
no!
My gosh!
No. Cut his mic, Ryan. Get in here, Ryan.
But anyway, appreciate Jim for hopping on. This was all been fun. I think we're doing what, GMs or coaches?
Yeah, GMs next week with Vince and maybe D'Lo.
And then coaches, where we know who's going to be number one.
If Bill Zito's not number one in GMs, then there's a problem.
No, you don't understand. It's Jim Nill. It's
Jim Nill. For some reason, it's always going to be Jim Nill.
It's Jim Nill.
We got to do that.
I don't know.
He could have the worst right shot defenseman in the world. The worst right side in the NHL or of any contender, and it doesn't matter. Cody.
Guys, one more thing. Make sure to follow Cats and Rats and follow Big C well down there.
Yeah, we're close to 1,000.
Yes.
So let's go. Got to get us up. I mean, hey, just saying, Jim Nill will get us to 1,000 and win GM of the year.
There we go.
Like, for some reason, somehow 14 guys didn't have Zito on the ballot. Make that make sense, please.
Elliot Friedman, I think, did. I was listening to his podcast.
No, he was like, I'm okay with Jim Nill winning, but how in the hell can you not have Zito on the ballot? Like, and he's right.
No, the no state tax in the palm trees, guys. Come on.
I mean,
and it's a playoff award.
It's only like he only grabbed Seth Jones, the one person no GM ever wanted to touch, and turn him into.
He grabbed two guys, Brad Marchand and Seth Jones.
And Brad Marchand was arguably the best player in the playoffs for us. Seth Jones averaged 24 minutes of nice time for us.
Yeah.
Ice time leader for the Stanley Cup champs. Anyway, have a good night.
Anyway, appreciate everyone joining. Thank you. Shout out to Jim. And as always, let's go Cats.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats!